Welcome back inside the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. They're preparing the ice. The puck drop awaits, and the fans are starting to get pumped. Inside this arena, they've got the smoke going. They're getting ready for a laser show that they do as part of a lead-in. There's lots of moments in a tournament like this that stand out, and it's so difficult to try to put them all together. But with the great efforts of the people in our production truck, we have found 10 of the top moments from the 2008 MasterCard Memorial Cup.
Sugar up, that was something sweet. Falls first to it, saved by Murphy, who is really stealing the show. Quick drive from Gillespie, but it's blocked by Bruton, who springs Bowman. Grayson Bowman, he scored! What a finish by the Carolina draft pick. Steps around and he scores! What a last few minutes for Nigel Williams. Now with Giroux and Cannell. Giroux going to the net. What a pass! Byron Giroux's first. Well, if you're a fan of the Gatineau Olympic, you saw a lot of this throughout the course of the regular season and especially in the playoffs. From Kawhi, a drive, gets loose in front. Drew, what a pass! They have tied the game! What a feed to Alexander Cannell, and Gatineau has come all the way back.
That is just the top 10 to this point in time. We might have to amend that list depending on what happens this afternoon. We're still awaiting the puck drop for the 2008 MasterCard Memorial Cup final. And get ready, here's a terrific matchup, and two men describe it to you. Here's Peter and Sam once again.
Thanks again, Rob. Goaltending is always enormous in one-game showdowns, title games, game sevens, call it whatever you want, use all the cliches, and that's not going to change here this afternoon.
No, and each team is going to have to rely on their guy between the pipes in order to make big stops, because you know these two teams are offensively gifted enough where they're going to be able to create chances for each other. If you look at Josh Unis, well, he really started to come to prominence in November. Won 8 games over the course of November, got that save percentage up over .920. Meanwhile, Dustin Tokarski went 7-0 in November himself. So these two guys have been carrying the mail for their respective teams. The numbers favor Tokarski, but Unis has the confidence coming off a 25-save shutout performance in the semi against Belleville.
And important to note, Steve Mason was acquired by Kitchener at the deadline, the gold medal winning goalie for Canada at the World Junior, but he was hurt in round 1, or he would be the man between the pipes. So just for a very interesting twist into this final affair. You think there's lots of different keys, as do I, and now a chance for you to portray a couple of really important things to look for in our upcoming event.
Well, getting the chance to watch these teams practice and play in the round robin, you get a chance to see what each team does particularly well. We'll look at the Kitchener Rangers. On the power play, watch for that seam pass. They'll try and stretch the top two penalty killers out and then go to the seam. Bodker and Azevedo are the two guys on either side of that seam that they'll try and get one-time shots from. The other thing, look at the switch off the face-off. The offside winger will get the puck. The weak side winger comes to the net, and the center drops back in defensive position. Here's a great example of it from behind right here. Center wins the draw, goes back into defense. Bodker's that offside winger. He gets possession, and the other line mate, being Duco, goes to the front of the net. As for the Spokane Chiefs, they play a swarming style of defense. If you send 3 down there, they will send 4. If you send 2, they will send 3. And if they send the trainers, so too will the Spokane Chiefs. Everyone coming down to help out in this swarming defensive style of system. There is some susceptibility to the weak side, but their defensemen also pinch. As well, so good in the neutral zone, Peter. Anytime that puck goes to the zone, they're going to try and outman you there too, force you to cough the puck up. And when they force you to cough that puck up, the transition going the other way, speed is unbelievable. Spokane will take advantage of their team speed in utilizing those two elements of their game here today.
All about taking away time and space, something we don't want to do to our Rob Falls.
Well, they're starting the laser light show here at ice level, and yesterday they had a terrific show at Center in the Square in Kitchener. This marks the end of the CHL season, and with the end of any season comes awards time. And yesterday at Center in the Square, they handed out the Canadian Hockey League Awards.
Yesterday afternoon, the stars of the CHL were out in full force as the 2008 Canadian Hockey League Awards were handed out to the top performers from across the OHL, WHL, and the QMJHL. The first award was the Napa Auto Parts Top Draft Prospect Award, and Steven Stamkos was the first winner. Stamkos led his Sarnia Sting with 105 points this season and is expected to go first overall at this June's NHL entry draft. The next award to be handed out was the CHL Prospects Hockey Sportsman of the Year. Cedric Lalonde McNichol of Shawinigan took home this award. Cedric led the Cataracts with 83 points in 69 games while amassing only 20 penalty minutes. A Kitchener hometown favorite got to pick up the next award, the Boston Pizza Top Scorer Trophy. Justin Azevedo completed his 4th season with the Kitchener Rangers by posting a league-leading 81 assists and 124 points to finish atop the CHL scoring race. The Home Hardware Humanitarian of the Year award was next, and Chris Morehouse of the Moncton Wildcats was the well-deserving recipient. The Wildcats captain went above and beyond with his work in the community, creating many special moments for Wildcat fans. Subway sponsored the next award, the CHL Scholastic Player of the Year. Robert Slaney of the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles is this year's winner. Not only did Robert excel on the ice, but he also completed his first year at Cape Breton University with an 86% average. The CHL Go RVing Brian Kilray Coach of the Year award was next, and Bob Bugner of the Windsor Spitfires was this year's winner. Bob turned the Spitfires into an OHL contender, providing exceptional leadership for his team through a very emotional season. The BMO CHL Rookie of the Year award recipient this year was Taylor Hall. He had a tremendous rookie season with the Windsor Spitfires, finishing the year with 84 points. Taylor also picked up gold medals this year with Team Canada's under-17 and under-18 squads. The CHL ADT Goaltender of the Year award went to a member of the Tri-City Americans for the 2nd straight year. Chet Pickard completed his 3rd season between the pipes for the Americans, posting a .232 goals against average while playing the most minutes by any WHL goaltender. The CHL Molson Defenseman of the Year award was up next, and Calgary hitman Carl Alsner would take home the trophy this time around. Alsner finished his 4th season on the blue line in Calgary by helping lead his team to their finish as the top squad in the WHL Eastern Conference. The final award was the biggie, the CHL CCM Player of the Year award. Once again, the hometown fans had something to cheer about as Kitchener Ranger Justin Azevedo picked up his 2nd award. Justin led the league in scoring and helped guide his teammates to the OHL Championship as the OHL Playoff MVP.
No question about it. Halliday brought his best stuff tonight.
Jays, A's, Tuesday in HD on Rogers Sportsnet.
Hydration for the big game, 4 minutes, 17 seconds. Carbohydrates, 2 minutes, 49 seconds. Gas and a rest stop, 5 minutes, 32 seconds. 5 minutes, 44 seconds. Still making it to the rink in time? Priceless. Introducing MasterCard PayPass, faster than cash.
Give her a fair price on those shots. Hey, snap out of it. Give her a fair price.
Here you go. Shocks aren't that expensive.
Who cares if his tires are fine? Tell him he needs new ones. And while you're at it, sell him some brakes too.
Your tires are fine for another season.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Ding dong!
Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
The Powerhouse Angels are in Chicago to take on the White Sox. Angels, White Sox on Sunday Night Baseball. The Kitchener Memorial Auditorium as we get ready for the final of the 2008 MasterCard Memorial Cup. I'm standing at the Zamboni entrance. You can hear the fans start to get it charged up. They've got the noisemakers right here. They've got face painting. They are ready to go. They have been waiting for this opportunity to celebrate a championship. However, their home team, the Kitchener Rangers, have to battle the Spokane Chiefs. One of the important facets of the Rangers is going to be a second line man wearing number 19. Here's a minute with Nazem Kadri.
Our fan support's fantastic. All the fans, they come out. We're sold out every game. It's fantastic, how they come, they cheer us on every game. Just like a little example, a little taste of it was in Game 7 against Belleville. It was the place was really pumping. It was great. It would be a dream come true. Ever since I was a kid, I was actually, I think, in grade 9. I'm from London. Mem Cup was in London. And I was back when Sidney Crosby was playing in it, and thinking back, I was wishing one day I'd get a shot at it, and here I am today. I think stick handling probably is one of my strengths. Stick handling and my playmaking. I think I see the ice pretty well, and I like to handle the puck. Well, I'm gonna throw a name out there. It's Josh Eunice. He tipped the puck in my face. Harmless mistake, but it's a scar. Ladies love the scars.
Well, Kadri is willing to get any type of scar if it ends up with him lifting the Memorial Cup when it's all said and done. Well, throughout this tournament, the fans have been spectacular. So too have the teams, and the final two teams are ready to make their entrance. The final walk of the 2007-2008 campaign, side by side, from the Kitchener Rangers and the Spokane Chiefs, and the fans welcome them both. Join the men who will call the action, and I know they are ready for it. Here's Peter Loubardias and Sam Cosentino.
What a spectacular atmosphere for a title game. The first title game in this building involving the Rangers since they lost the 1984 Memorial Cup final to the Ottawa 67s. Quick starts in important games are always essential. However, I truly feel the first 10 minutes of this game will really mean as much as the other 50.
Well, you know, Kitchener's really fed off of its crowd so far in playing in big games, but they scored first in all 4 games. 11 of the 19 goals scored in this event by Kitchener in the first period. And not only when they score once, Peter, but they seem to like to score in bunches.
So with that in mind, Spokane has one of the longest layoffs between games at this event. You have to go back to 1986 when the Guelph Platers beat Hull for a 4-day layoff without games. How does that draw in to them dealing with a potential quick start?
Well, they've had breaks in between all of their series and a 10-day break after sweeping Lethbridge out of the Western Hockey League Championship. And so I thought in the first game in the round robin against Belleville last Saturday that the team looked as crisp as if it had been playing a regular schedule. I really don't think that layoff is going to have a significant effect for the Spokane Chiefs.
And the Chiefs are on a roll. They've won 8 straight postseason games under the guise of that gentleman, Red Deer's Bill Peters, in his 3rd year at the helm. And there will be little doubt that this team will be prepared. And on the other side, one of the best in the Canadian Hockey League, flat out trying to win his 2nd Memorial Cup. He did so in Quebec City with the Rangers in 2003.
And you can see how elated he is, knowing that his team is going to be able to feed off of this crowd, especially in the early going. But this guy is so good. He's been so successful. He's run such a great program here in Kitchener that many think this may be his last game.
And he really likes the way his team has responded in Game 7 against Belleville with an impressive win. And then we all know what occurred in the 9-0 triumph in the semifinal. The ceremonial puck drop.
And Peter, every time they have had a situation where they've been up against the wall, not only has Josh Eunice respond, but so too has that top line for Kitchener. We'll see, though, they don't have the luxury of losing this one here today. It's not a 7-game series, it's not a 2 out of 3, and it is surely not a round robin. This is the real deal.
And we're about set for it to unveil. It should be a gem, but first, our national anthems.
John Newman.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons' command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true, nor strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
The Memorial Cup is 90 years young. Welcome to Championship Sunday. The starting goaltenders are brought to you by ADT. Always there for the visiting team for today's purposes. Josh Eunice of the Kitchener Rangers gets the call. The product of Toledo, Ohio, recorded a shutout in a semifinal triumph over Belleville on Friday. At the other end, an 18-year-old from Watson, Saskatchewan, Dustin Tokarski, in the round-robin win by the Chiefs 2-1 over the Rangers last Sunday afternoon. He turned aside 36 of 37 shots that he faced. The referees, the two-time Western Hockey League Referee of the Year, Andy Thiessen, and without much question, the #1 rated official in the Quebec League, Francis Charon, Ryan Lachine, and Kevin Hastings of the Ontario Hockey League will man the lines. The Rangers Memorial Cup champions back in 2003 when they beat the Hall Olympique in Quebec City 6-3. Derek Roy, Steve Eminger, Michael Richards, Greg Campbell among that trio. Spokane last won the title also in Quebec City in 1991, led by Ray Whitney, Pat Falloon, and Trevor Kidd. And offside just 14 seconds in to the championship game, which brings us to our keys to the game. Brought to you by Yamaha. What kind of Yamaha are you?
But for the Kitchener Rangers, they're going to need their top dogs, that top trio of Spalling, Azevedo, and Halichuk to perform the way they did in the semifinal game. And if you're the Spokane Chiefs, don't deviate, because whatever you've been doing to this point has worked extremely well with all 3 wins in the round robin.
Big hit on Trevor Glass, playing in his second consecutive MasterCard Memorial Cup final. He was on the losing end of a 3-1 setback last year in Vancouver when his Tigers fell to the Giants. Expect this to be a slugfest, a battle for every square inch of ice all day, as it was 1 week ago. Levko Koper with Bruton and Wall as Spokane in the midst of a line change. The Kitchener top trio remains out. All they did in the 9-0 victory Friday was supply 15 points and 6 goals. Nick Spaulding to center, and Hill shoot it in.
And that's the one thing about puck possession, Peter. If you have the top line going out against the checking line, and the check line wins that battle, it really eliminates what that top line can do in the offensive zone. They're too busy defending.
And another stoppage early.
Bill Peters is the head coach of the Spokane Chiefs, learned to ply his trade under Mike Babcock, and isn't it interesting that Babcock is playing for a Stanley Cup, Bill Peters and his Spokane Chiefs playing for the Memorial Cup. He is about as intense as they come and has done a wonderful job here in his 3 years behind the bench, bringing his team to the Memorial Cup championship game.
And as we mentioned off the top of our pre-game show, this is a team that looked like it was built for next year. A very young team that will return a lot of key players. Ben Schuchon playing some of the best hockey of his career. Duco with Kadri and Butcher. They kicked it off with an early goal against Belleville. 46 seconds in as Duco's shot steered away by Tokarski.
And the cat and mouse has really started now as that Blackwater-Rutherford line comes out against the Duco-Kadri-Bodker line.
The advantage that the Chiefs have as a result of that 2-1 round-robin victory. Justin Falk, he scored in that game. He tied the contest at the end. Bumped into by Kadri and Duco. Weber tees up the big shot. And the veteran Judd Blackwater fell in front of it. Kadri, 3 points on Friday for the young 17-year-old. Loses the handle, and here comes David Rutherford as Blackwater was spilled. Roman bursts in, and Eunice just got a right skate on it.
Oh boy,
to Rob, the 5th-round pick of the Dallas Stars, Andre Roman. Bodker away from Bowman with Mashinger in behind him.
Pretty good pace to start this one. As you would expect, both teams really leaving it all out there. And you had to wonder if Spokane was going to be able to respond with what Kitchener was going to bring from the crowd.
What a move by Timmins, jamming away, and Tokarski answers both. What a start.
This Timmins, Mashinter, Massioli line, I did not think was very good against Spokane in the round robin. And the Chiefs known for their transition game. And here from the half wall, boom, it's a little chip up the boards, and look out. Roman, Rutherford, Blackwater, it's Roman who busts through that seam, supporting the puck from behind to create himself a good opportunity. And then Timmins goes back the other way. He gets a crack at it, but Tokarski has that stick pinned to the ice. He wouldn't let it through.
Robbing Roman, who led the Chiefs with 21 points during the Western Hockey League title run. And this is a line that's been so close to clicking, but as of yet, it's been nothing but great chances, not a lot of finish.
I really compared it to the Duco, Kadri, and Bodker line, that they needed that extra game in the semi to start to click. Maybe Spokane's line will find it here today.
I feel that could be a very key trio to the outcome of this game. They're not out there now. It's the top line of Bowman, Bruton, and Wall, and they have supplied all you would want more in the first 3 wins by Spokane. Bowman with 7 points, 5 goals. He's a 3rd-round pick of the Carolina Hurricanes, and he's just 18 years of age. Coper, just 17. Working against Dan Kelly. Azevedo up the middle for Spaulding. Spaulding working one-on-one with Stefan Alber. He's from Austria. Spaulding turning against Tyler Johnson. Here's that key matchup. Weber just held it in, deflected. Kalichuk, who has 5 in the event, nearly strikes first. And Falk with a good play, descended out of his own zone. Justin McCray in behind Johnson at the line.
Well, Peter DeBoer, the head coach for Kitchener, told us that normally they set up behind the net. This time they're not going to do that. They're going to keep their feet moving, as Nick Spaulding does here. It goes point to point from Kelly to Weber. Weber keeps it in, and with all that traffic in front, the tip by Azevedo is still stopped, or just wide rather, by Dustin Tokarski.
Kalichuk with 2 goals and 3 assists on Friday versus Belleville. Delayed offside coming up against the Chiefs, and now called.
We've met Bill Peters. Now it's time to meet Peter DeBoer. He and Steve Spott have been at the helm here for 7 years in Kitchener, and what an unbelievable run it has been. The head coach and general manager of this squad has had several opportunities to move the American Hockey League level, has denied all of those, and Kitchener And the people of Kitchener are happy that he did, but his time may very well have come.
Duco, a long wrist shot. Held by Tokarski.
Dustin Tokarski, Peter, has really come to the fore this year, ranked 9th as far as Central Scouting is concerned. And we talked about the November he had, stopping 90 of 96 shots in this event. But he really felt that he didn't get off to a good start in October, in late September. But his November was unbelievable, and he's taken flight since then. The third line for the Kitchener Rangers, and as we have seen and what we told you to look for, off the face-off in the offensive zone, several switches, creates confusion on the part of the Spokane Chiefs. Massioli gets possession, he has a lane to the net, big rebound there for Messenger to pick up the game's opening goal. And this line, if it can maintain possession of the puck, will be key, but if it can also score, it could be a long game for the Chiefs.
As you see there, the first of the MasterCard Memorial Cup for Brandon Mashinger. And the Rangers find the board first. Mashinger chips it for Timmins with Massioli, who will most certainly draw an assist. His first point of the event as well. Mashinger. And I thought this line in its own way really helped set the table in the victory on Friday. Long shot from the point by Kevin. And Timmins the assists on the Mashinger opening goal of his championship final at 5:01.
We knew the Rangers were going to really be able to feed off of that crowd in the first 5 to 10 minutes, taking advantage of that at the 5-minute mark.
And keep in mind, they scored the opening goal last Sunday as well, before losing 2-1 when Halischuk opened the scoring short-handed early in the first.
Peter, in the pregame show, we told you what Kitchener would do off the draw. Massioli comes back, both the center and the weak side winger go to the front of the net. Now it makes it tough for the defenseman to decide who to pick up. It's a very well-designed play, a very well-executed play, and it really takes advantage of that no obstruction off the draw.
Here's Butker driving the net. Two big stops by Tokarski. First off Butker, and then from close range off of Nazem Kadri. Judd Blackwater with David Rutherford and Andre Roman. Kelly first to the puck, and here's Roman. Kadri swings it for Duca. Our first penalty. A slashing call to Kitchener. They will be short-handed when we return to the Memorial Auditorium, but they do lead the game.
Fire in the disco. Fire in the Taco Bell. Fire in the disco. Fire in the gates of hell. Danger, danger. High voltage. When we touch and when we kiss. Danger, danger. High voltage. When we touch, when we kiss, when we touch, when we danger, danger. High voltage. When we touch and when we kiss.
Japanese SUVs just got a little sexier. Introducing the all-new 2009 Subaru Forester.
From 7 a.m., try one of our delicious breakfasts and start your day off right. Subway. Think fresh. Eat fresh.
As Spokane gets ready for the power play with Bill Peters, well, you can't be surprised with a giddy-up at the starting part of this game, can you?
No, both teams are excited and up on their toes and going after it, so good start.
Tell me about matching lines. Is that your plan with the last change? Be able to get the guys you want on the ice?
Well, for the most part, we're going to be able to get what we want, but it's not something that we're going to lose our focus and our flow with. We're going to make sure we get fresh guys out there no matter what.
On this power play, do we expect to see a lot of action in front of Eunice right now?
Well, I'd like to get a point shot established, so in order for that to happen, we need Brutzi to get to the front of the blue paint without being in the blue paint. Do a good job there.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Kitchener Rangers suffer the first penalty. Yannick Weber goes off for a slash. And on this look, you look to the right side of your screen. Judd Blackwater behind the net administers the slash in that midsection area. And as soon as it was administered, the hand goes up. Spokane enjoys the first power play.
They enjoyed only 7 power play chances in the 3 round robin games, in which they were victorious in all of them. Yannick Weber in the penalty box. Matt Halischuk scored shorthanded against Spokane last Sunday.
Good job on the claps here by Halischuk. As this puck moves towards the half wall, you see Halischuk get a stick in the lane, deflected up out of play. This is normally a very active penalty kill by the Rangers.
Mitch Wall for Andre Roman. And Grayson Bowman, the trigger man, with 5 goals to lead the Chiefs. He can really unload it in a hurry. Block pass courtesy of Alex Jelski. Battling with the 21-year-old captain Chris Bruton from Calgary. Bowman, his drive, fixed up by Eunice. Halischuk avoids Wall and clears it. Roman pressured by Timmins, who drew one of the 2 assists on the opening goal by Brandon Mashinder at 5:01, his first of the tournament. And it's Timmins again in the right place. It's interesting sometimes in games like this how some of these so-called lesser lights can make such a big difference. Just onside of the line, Blackwater with Rutherford and McRae. Falk and Ulmer on the Spokane power play. Falk for Stefan Ulmer. Feeds it down low and Judd Blackwater. Ulmer drive, blocked by the captain, Matt Pepe. Justin McRae to the front of the net. Tied up by Kelly effectively, but keeps his feet moving. Does the former Saskatoon Blade. Acquired in a deadline deal. Shot from the line by Falk. Deflected by Kelly, a chance to clear. And done.
Peter, one thing you have to be cognizant of at the Memorial Auditorium here in Kitchener, on both sides of the ice, not only are the end boards extremely lively, but so too is the glass. You'll see a lot of bounces on missed shots come back right into play in the slot area.
And the Rangers kill off the game's first penalty to Yannick Weber, who feeds it ahead for Duco. Mike Duco. No trouble for Tokarski.
Peter, you mentioned some of the lesser likes doing things. We've seen Mashinger already score a goal, but here Scott Timmins collapses on the puck as soon as it gets over the line. Great stick there in the lane, gets possession, gets it the distance. A very simple play, yet highly effective, well executed by the underrated Timmins.
And that line was extremely essential to the Game 7 victory for the Rangers when they captured the OHL title against Belleville. A matter of fact, somewhat like today, Mashinder scored the first goal in that 4-1 victory in Game 7 on Monday, May 12th.
And that's when you really see how important your third line guys are, because if the top 2 lines maintain checking against each other, you look to that third line to provide that tertiary scoring. Kitchener has already received some of that here.
Well, Bill Peters back with his top offensive unit. Wall, Bowman, and Bruton. Bruton collides with Kadri, and it creates an offside.
Chris Bruton, the captain of the Spokane Chiefs, so what a well-spoken young man. And Peter, it's easy to see why Bill Peters is able to keep and maintain the systems he has put in place. You have guys like Bruton who buy into the system and relay that message throughout the whole team.
A credit to this game is Chris Bruton. He's that fine an individual. Scored a huge goal late in Game 3 of the Lethbridge Series, the championship affair in the Western Hockey League. And it was a beauty. Still looking for his first of this MasterCard Memorial Cup. Ulmer pressured by the goal-getter, Mashinder. Grayson Bowman for Stefan Ulmer, and he'll flip it in. 11-4 shots on goal so far in favor of the Rangers. Massioli turned it over at the line. This is Chris Bruton trying to drive in on Shutron. Right through the crease, nobody home, and Messenger comes back the other way. And this is an area you don't want to turn pucks over against the Chiefs for their transition game. Kelly will move in. Blocked up by David Rutherford. Rutherford's from Ladner, British Columbia. Weber, a shot tipped in front neatly by Atkinson, who scored the first goal of this entire event. His first ever goal in major junior hockey, period.
He picked a pretty good time.
Spencer Anderson trying to drive in front. Unable to do so. Roman, good breakout feed. Rutherford and now Bowman, who will flip it cross corner.
There's that possession you talk about. Kitchener able to maintain possession there. Spokane's top line left with nothing.
Blackwater, good stop. Another opportunity from Rutherford. Hit the side of the net. His Eunice looked sharp early. Roman into the slot. Kelly without a stick, but it turns off his skate as Trevor Glass pulls it in. Chiefs applying heat, looking for the equalizer, and that's when Scott Trigona says, that's about enough of that. Judd Blackwater, so close to tying this title game.
It's back! The Coors Light Maxim Golf Experience. More mayhem. More caddies. And less golf than you ever thought possible.
Visit your local Yamaha dealer for our Right Here, Right Now sales event. Get up to a $1,300 instant customer rebate on our top-selling ATVs, $1,400 on the industry's best side-by-sides, $1,500 on a legendary sport bike, $1,600 on a stylish Star Cruiser, and up to an incredible $3,500 on a new Yamaha outboard. Right here, right now at your Yamaha dealer. Check our website for full details. What kind of Yamaha are you?
Canada's annual success at the World Juniors is a direct result of a strong partnership between Hockey Canada and the Canadian Hockey League. CHL clubs release their top players and coaches to Hockey Canada each year to proudly represent their country in the World Juniors. Hockey Canada offers the best hockey development system, and the CHL provides outstanding scholarship opportunities for players in major junior hockey in the Canadian system. Hockey Canada and the Canadian Hockey League working together to ensure Canada remains an international force in hockey.
For help from decorating to renovating, come to the Beauty Tone Paint Sale, only at Home Hardware. Save $5 on premium quality Designer Series trim and door paint and on Designer Series exterior paint. Save $7 on Wood Shield stain. Earn 100 bonus Aeroplan miles. All this and more during the Beauty Tone Paint Sale, only at Home Hardware and Home Hardware Building Center.
Help is close to home. It's back! The Coors Light Maxim Golf Experience. More mayhem. More caddies. And less golf than you ever thought possible.
Top scorers are brought to you by Boston Pizza. You're among friends.
The trio of Azevedo, Haluschuk, and Spalling leading the way. Drayson Bowman has one fewer games and still 7 points. His line mate Mitch Wall checking in right behind him. Michael Stinziani and Adam Perry, both of teams that have been eliminated. Great tournaments for those two individuals as well.
Azevedo, Haluschuk, and Spalling coming off that huge 15-point performance in the 9-0 triumph in the semifinal on Friday over Belleville. It's Brandon Mashinter, in case you've just joined us, who has his first of the MasterCard Memorial Cup. At 5:01, Spalling blocked by Mike Reddington. McRae with Johnson and Levko Koper. Koper an overtime hero versus Belleville in the Chiefs opener. Cowan moves in. Jared Cowan in front, jamming away Johnson, and Eunice stopped it and then hangs on.
At times, the Spokane defensemen in the offensive zone will pinch, but they're not allowed that opportunity unless they get the puck out of their own end. Look at the play by Glass here, the veteran being bothered by Halischuk. Quick backhand up the boards, has to take the hit to do so, but from there, McRae, Johnson, Coper able to go down and at least maintain some possession and get the face-off in Kitchener's end.
Cowan, what a specimen, this young man from just outside of Saskatoon. 6'5", 215. He has turned 17, but in hockey terms, he's a 16-year-old. You're going to hear that name a lot, especially when we begin chatting in reference to the 2009 National Hockey League draft. He'll be a very high pick.
One of 3 really significant first-round picks for the Spokane Chiefs.
Dealing with another guy who could be a high pick now in Cadbury, and you know what the fans here want it. Kitchener's cycle game, when it's at its best, so difficult to deal with. However, the team they're playing deals with it as well as anyone. Bowman, and he can really rip it, and he showed you why. The product of Littleton, Colorado.
He raises that stick about shin high and is still able to get that much on the shot. That's brute strength.
He turned 19 earlier this year, but again, lots of eligibility. Sutron in front, what an opportunity for Cadbury. And it deflects out of play. Maybe it didn't even deflect because I believe the faceoff's coming outside, so straight into the man.
Nazem Kadri winning the battle with Cowan, and that when the puck goes back in Spokane's end, no call there made on Cowan, but Kadri remained out on the shift, continued to keep that motor running. Ben Sutron with the pass out in front. The puck goes out of play.
Difficult one, Hopper. Tokarski handled it well. He's been a busy young man so far. Rutherford, stick left by Mashinder. Falk. Massioli runs into him, gives up a lot of size.
Well, Josh Unis paying homage to Kitchener Rangers past. Scott Stevens on that mask, Paul Coffey. A couple of those guys were returned here over the course of the weekend. A great alumni the Kitchener Rangers have, a storied franchise. And this building they play in here, the odd turned 57 yesterday. You wouldn't know it.
Done a wonderful job here in Kitchener. This event, in every way, shape, or form, has been first class. Right around the horn. Well done. Azevedo, Spalling. Halischuk carries on. Canada's overtime gold medal winning hero in the Czech Republic. And now the Chiefs will find themselves shorthanded for the first time.
Well, Peter, when we talked to Steve Spott and Peter DeBoer before the game, he felt that his team didn't battle hard enough in the round-robin loss, the 2-1 loss. And here you're seeing very much what we saw in that game. As this puck goes behind the net, Spokane will send 3 guys back there against Kitchener's 2. Reddington battling with Halischuk. He takes him to the ice. You see that outman situation, 3-on-2. Well, this time they win the battle because the Rangers are able to draw the penalty.
The Rangers, their first power play, they were 0 for 4 against the Chiefs in the round-robin game last Sunday. Pass from Azevedo, misses Halischuk in the high slot. Yannick Weber, 17 power play goals during the regular season. He can really rip it, and does there. Tokarski, not sure he stuck it. High in the air, knocked down by Letko. Coper, the Edmonton product, sends it the distance.
Great poise by Coper. No one else knew where the puck was. He settled it down, got it to distance.
Azevedo leads all players in scoring with 11 points, but stripped by Bowman. And once again, the Rangers must go back to regroup with this 1-0 lead in the title game of the 90th Memorial Cup. Next year, we'll head to Rimouski, Quebec. Bodker racing in for Halischuk. Pocket pick McRae and Bowman. To center. 3 Rangers on him, so we'll back in. And the Chiefs killed penalties in the postseason in the Western Hockey League playoffs at over 90%. Bodker. And again, Tokarski will not take any chances.
Bill Peters is very cognizant of the fact that Kitchener really likes to use the seam, so when that seam isn't opened up, it has to go back to the point there. Weber with a good shot, Spaulding creating traffic in front of the net. That's just one other element to this Kitchener Rangers power play that you will see if that seam doesn't open up.
44 seconds to go. A man power advantage. Fergana now up front for the Rangers with Duco, Kadri, Jelski, and Schutron. Fergana battling Bruton. In the corner, fended off by Fergana. Finds Schutron, wrist shot. Kopersky, good save, rebound. Seth Compton. Good work to tap it by Duco, and 2-on-2, shorthanded with Bruton as his shot attempt blocked, and now Schutron takes a penalty.
Peter, one thing that I thought Kitchener did very well in the semifinal was throw traffic in front of Belleville's keeper, Mike Murphy. And the same thing here. As the shot goes to the point, you look at Duco right in front of the net, providing the screen. Fergana there to pick up the rebound. When the play went back the other way, as you see the shot there from Schutron, it results in a penalty. It was a 2-on-2 situation, and Schutron goes up against Compton, takes the cross check to even things out.
Peter DeBoer drawing up a point. His team about to be shorthanded. Kelly. Shot outstep, hurt Elmer. Took it right in the top of the ankle. 29-second power play. Blackwater, and he can deliver it with authority. Does so, but into the midsection of Josh Eunice.
Well, Judd Blackwater has been waiting to explode in this event. Peter, I think he's hit probably 6 posts and/or crossbars. He's had several other chances where the goaltender has been better than he has. But Bill Peters really felt that this line would be key, including Blackwater, to perform and produce here tonight.
Scored 10 big goals during the playoffs. Scored 5 of them in the last 3 games in their titanic struggle with the Tri-City Americans in the Western Conference Final. That series, 7 games, 5 of them to overtime, 3 in double overtime. Roman wheels in. Blackwater, and he's on the board now! Judd Blackwater's first of the tournament on the power play, and we're tied at 1.
Well, Peter, just when Bill Peters felt it was time for this line to explode, they do exactly that on the power play. It all starts with a good first pass out of the zone. Falk to Roman. Roman circles the wagons, leaves it for Blackwater, and with Eunice down, he finds that puck-sized hole, short side, blocker side. He didn't get all of it, but he got enough of it. So tough to defend against when that player is circling the net and he goes short side with the pass. Everyone thinks he's going around. The short side pass makes it happen for Blackwater.
So the Chiefs, as they did Sunday, find a way to draw even late in the first after giving up the game's first. Andre Roman will draw an assist. Bruton lets it go, hits Bowman, will tear him to neutral ice. And Falk, the other assist, and the equalizer on the power play at 16-10. You knew they couldn't hold this guy off the board forever. We're tied.
At Myers Norris Penny, we support the teams of the WHL. Like you, we live in the West and believe in its potential. We also share a passion for the game. At Myers Norris Penny, we support the teams of the WHL. Like you, we live in the West and believe in its potential. We also share a passion for the game.
From the first time you take the ice to learn how to play hockey, you get a very special feeling. A feeling like no other. A feeling that makes you never want to stop playing. And And there's one simple reason why you'll always feel like this. When you start with fun, it stays with you forever. Tim Hortons is proud to support the over 60,000 kids who play Tim Bids hockey. The first goal is having fun.
In a booth just next door to Sam and Pete is E.J. McGuire of NHL Central Scouting, taking copious notes. I know this is the final game of the season, but you're always assessing talent.
We always are, and there's a few draft-eligible guys whose names will be called. Mike Boddicker and Mitch Wall. Their names will be called come Ottawa, come June.
Are you also then looking ahead to next summer as opposed to this summer?
By the name of Kadri? Yes, we are. We're taking copious notes, and we're looking ahead.
EJ, it's always a pleasure to see you. Back to work you go.
Thank you, Rob.
And the teams have gone to work. Brandon Mashinder opened the scoring at 5:01. Judd Blackwater, with his first on the power play, has tied it from Andre Roman and Justin Falk at 16-10. Sam, it's been almost exactly what we would have expected.
Yeah, you didn't think anyone was going to run away with this game based on the style of game that Spokane plays. And you thought, as the Rangers have done all tournament, that they would open the scoring. They did that, but Spokane wasn't about to relent. Battle back to tie things up. What a great first period so far.
16-8 of the shots on goal in favor of the hometown Rangers, and credit to Karski. He made a couple of good saves. And Kitchener might have had an opportunity to have the second one and start to run a little bit with all the momentum. Now the Chiefs own the momentum, and the line that scored the equalizer back out. Spencer Anderson strips it and sends it deep out there with Traguna and Atkinson, the so-called fourth line for Peter DeBoer. Anchored by Traguna, who started this event on defense, with injuries to Weber and Bortuzzo, who both made their way back into the event. Anderson jamming away, backhander! And Spencer Anderson, whose last goal came in a regular season game on January 3rd, almost restored the Rangers' lead.
In front of his father, John, the head coach of the Chicago Wolves. And here, Kitchener makes an adjustment, Peter. You see Spokane sending 3 guys in. Well, Kitchener says we're going to send 3 as well. They win that battle. Spencer Anderson with a chance on the forehand, stopped by Tokarski, who would get another chance on the backhand. That too stopped by Tokarski.
Tokarski has been terrific. 18 saves in this opening period. Coper looked like he took a high stick, and yes, it's been spotted as I take a look at the other referee, Andy Thiessen. So the Chiefs, who have just tied the game on a power play, about to enjoy another. And it might be more than 2 minutes.
Nick Spaulding gets the gate for the Kitchener Rangers. And in the offensive zone, Kitchener, as we showed you, likes to really switch things up. Well, this time that puck doesn't really get out of the zone, and it's not won by either team. So everyone collapses on the puck, and when that puck battle ensues, Nick Spaulding gets the stick up on Coper.
Blackwater tied the game on the power play. Coper looks to be all right. He's not eligible for the draft until 2009.
I think by that time his stock will have elevated tremendously.
He's been very, very good in this event and in the Western Hockey League playoffs. Not bad for a guy who came out of Double-A midget in the Edmonton area. Didn't even play in the Alberta Major Midget Hockey League.
It's great for young players who are watching to never give up.
Well said, my friend. Timmins, who's had an excellent first period, sends it down the ice. Spurgeon bumped by Mike Duco. And this is Mitch Wall leaving it for Jared Spurgeon and Justin Falk from Snowflake, Manitoba. About 117 miles southwest of Winnipeg. Ulmer up the middle. Bowman taps it ahead, but waiting was Pepe.
Really good job by Kitchener's penalty killers in the neutral zone, just taking away time and space, getting sticks in lane.
Rangers doing an excellent job on this penalty kill. Ulmer rink wide finds the speedy Roman in high gear. Roman racing in as a man in the slot. Bodker collapse, got a stick in the lane. Roman has it again. Blackwater, Roman tapped in front towards Rutherford, but went off Kadri into the corner. Just onside. Rutherford intercepted by Mikkel Bodker, and back comes the young Danish forward. His name will be called in the top 10 in Ottawa.
And maybe higher than that.
Weber's name's already been called, a fifth-round pick of Montreal. Backhands it in. Late in the first period of this MasterCard Memorial Cup Championship final, Tyler Johnson with a burst. Justin McRae will battle Ben Schutron. Mashinger opened the scoring for Kitchener even strength. Judd Blackwater with his first replied on the power play for the Chiefs.
Well, after 20 minutes, I don't think it is anything more or less than we expected. Every inch of ice being battled for, and a tightly contested affair.
The play of the first period is brought to you by Easton. We define performance.
Trailing 1-0, the Spokane Chiefs turn it up in high gear. Roman with that great speed gets around Jelski. He goes short side with the pass. Blackwater to the front of the net. Goes upstairs over Josh Eunice. And credit Roman with his great speed and a good pass to trick everyone going short side. And Blackwater is finally on the board.
Through 20 minutes of the title game, we're back where we began. Even. Lots coming your way in the first intermission, including a chat with CHL Commissioner David Branch.
The Powerhouse Angels are in Chicago to take on the White Sox. Angels, White Sox on Sunday Night Baseball. This intermission is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Napa Auto Parts. Come on in.
I'm looking for a way to reach out to my dad.
It's very good, Larry.
Richard.
I'm looking for a way to listen to my true feelings, even the really quiet ones.
Mark.
Yeah, I'm looking for a head gasket for my 98 half-ton. Got no compression whatsoever.
Some things are easy to find.
It's a good truck. Blue.
With over 300,000 auto parts available at your Napa store, come on in. You're sure to find it.
Freedom of choice. It's what makes this wide-open country of ours so great. So whether you're into paved roads, dirt roads, or no roads, Toyo makes an open country tire that's just right for you. No matter where the road takes you.
If you're looking for a home security system, or even if you already have one, ADT can give you so much more. Like an easy way to arm and disarm your system with the touch of a button, even turn on your lights. You can also get fast alarm response from our advanced network of monitoring centers.
Plus great local service, our exclusive theft protection guarantee, a money-back guarantee, and monitoring rates starting at about $1 a day. Call now and save $250 when you buy ADT's family package. ADT, always there.
I have hair here, but not here. Is Old Spice hair and body wash right for me?
Yes, Old Spice hair and body wash is right for you.
I have hair here and here.
Yeah.
I've got hair here, but not here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Is Old Spice hair and body wash right for me?
Yes, cop.
Is it right for me?
Sure, criminal. Old Spice hair and body wash is right for everyone.
What?
It's right for everyone, idiot.
I have hair extensions that technically are made of someone else's hair.
All right.
Is it right for him?
Yeah, it is. Old Spice hair and body wash for hair and or body or both.
First 20 minutes from the MasterCard Memorial Cup has solved absolutely nothing but a good game, 1-1 after 1. Jason Portwando joining you from inside our Sportsnet Connected studios on this Sunday, talking some baseball, where the Jays pitching has held KC's offense scoreless in its last 17 innings. Top one, Dustin McGowan fans Jose Guillen part of a scoreless half. Bottom one, pull some scoring. Splitting the sticks, it's Scotty rolling all the way to the wall. Shannon Stewart scores on the double 1-0. Top four, Billy Butler. Back up the box. Guillen testing the arm of Alex Rios. Bad decision, bro. Royals failed to score for the 21st straight inning. Bottom seven, Rios. 2-out clutch single off Ramon Ramirez. Jays going to take it 3-1. That's your baseball story. Get you back ringside following these.
Everyone has a goal in life. Ours is to make reliable windows and doors for you and your family. Make your choice Geldwin Windows and Doors, proud supporter of Hockey Canada.
A uniform says a lot about you. It can say you've made it, or that you're on your way. But where you end up is entirely up to you. The New Edge uniform by RBK.
Hydration for the big game. 4 minutes, 17 seconds. Carbohydrates, 2 minutes, 49 seconds. Gas and a rest stop, 5 minutes, 32 seconds. 5 minutes, 44 seconds. Still making it to the rink in time? Priceless. Introducing MasterCard PayPass. BMO Mosaic MasterCard, proud sponsor of the CHL.
For some, hockey is just a game. But then there are the few. The chosen ones. The ones who see things others don't. For those, it's a mission.
The road has a language all its own. Are your tires smart enough to translate? For drivers who want to get the most out of their cars, it's Bridgestone or nothing.
We know the effort and dedication you and your family put into sports. We put that same effort and dedication into every window and door we make. Reliability for real life. Geldwin Windows and Doors, proud supporter of Hockey Canada.
The 2008 MasterCard Memorial Cup on Rogers Sportsnet. Brought to you by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. By Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side. And by Toyo Tires and OK Tire. OK Tire. Honestly driven. There is the prize. Will be awarded to one of these teams, and after 20 minutes, we shouldn't be surprised. Kitchener Rangers and Spokane Chiefs are tied 1-1. Last month, the Canadian Hockey League lost an important member. Ed Chenault passed away. He was truly a man who got the design of the Canadian Hockey League working, and they're paying tribute to Ed throughout this Memorial Cup tournament. Earlier this week, I had a chance to talk to his sons, Jeff and Dean, about his legacy. At center ice of the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium is the name Ed Chenault, who passed away this year. Ed was actually the architect of the Canadian Hockey League, a visionary led through the Western Hockey League to make the Canadian Hockey League as strong as it is now, and they're paying tribute to a man who certainly was an important part of this league. And I'm pleased to be joined by his sons, Jeff and Dean Chenault. Jeff, you're here and your dad is being honored. It has to be a very special time, but a very bittersweet time.
No question about it. And you look at the ice here and you think of many memories. You think back to when this started in 1974 and how far this event has evolved. And it's pretty special, not only for my family, but everybody involved in major junior hockey.
Father spent 40 years knocking around a hockey, and you guys are involved in hockey as well. What was so special about the game in the Chenault family?
Well, I think the passion that junior hockey brings, and you watch the NHL, you grow up around seeing those kids graduate and play in the NHL. And the one thing that our father always said was your league is only as strong as the members in it. And when you're developing young men, not only on the ice and off, and to see them get to the pinnacle or the highlight of their careers is thrilling.
They've named the Western Hockey League Championship Trophy the Ed Chenault Trophy. He's left a remarkable legacy, and you have to be pleased that every time people come up and you say the name Chenault, there's a very satisfied smile with the way this game has developed.
No question. It's been overwhelming. That's one of the things that the last month has really brought to the family is just the legacy that he's built in all walks of life. And I think that's the measure of a man. And I'll tell you what, that's been even extra special to our family.
I know it's been a very difficult time for you, but when you watch the games and you see the name Ed on the back of these hockey players' helmets, very special feeling?
Well, it is. It's tough to even put into words. I think with Jeff and I both being in the business, having gone through the playoffs this year in the Western Hockey League while he was battling, and to see the tributes that have been done, it's very special.
Dean, Jeff, thank you for joining us. I had a great opportunity to know Ed Chenault as well. He will be well and truly missed by the Canadian Hockey League.
If you're looking for a home security system, or even if you already have one, ADT can give you so much more. Like an easy way to arm and disarm your system with the touch of a button, even turn on your lights. You can also get fast alarm response from our advanced network of monitoring centers.
Plus great local service, our exclusive theft protection guarantee, a money-back guarantee, and monitoring rates starting at about $1 a day. Call now and save $250 when you buy ADT's family package. ADT, always there.
Are you tired of utility knife blades that snap, wobble, and get dull quickly? Try the new Benchmark Shark, only at Home Hardware and Home Hardware Building Center. The Shark's patented serrated blade lasts longer, stays sharper, changes faster. The Shark devours carpets, rope, asphalt, shingles, and the heavy-duty Shark has a spring-loaded wire cutter, stripper, and crimper. Catch a Benchmark Shark today, just $19.97, only at Home Hardware.
Help is close to home.
Hitting the road with everything you love never loses its thrill. What will you discover? Go RVing. Visit GoRVing.ca for a free CD-ROM and see an RV dealer.
No one supports their own like the community in Sackville, Nova Scotia. Like when Brad Marchand's family came to Boston Pizza to watch their boy take on Sweden in the 2008 World Junior Championships. Brad must have felt that support, because he scored the first goal in under 2 minutes. Canada won the gold, and Brad won Player of the Game. Come on into Boston Pizza and find out what the story is. Boston Pizza, you're among friends.
There's a chess match going on the ice in Kitchener for the Memorial Cup with the Spokane Chiefs and Kitchener Rangers tied 1-1. Pleased to be joined by the Commissioner of the Ontario Hockey League and the President of the Canadian Hockey League, David Branch. Read nothing into the fact that David Branch is sitting next to Gord Kirk. Read nothing into that, apparently. This has been a fabulous week in this city.
Couldn't be better. I mean, we knew it was going to be great coming in because of the prior history of Kitchener-Waterloo and area and the great work of the Rangers in the community, but I really believe it's gone beyond most people's expectations, and we're so very fortunate. It's been truly outstanding not only off the ice, but of course on the ice, as you know.
And it has been one of those bittersweet years. The high of the World Junior Championship, the loss of Mickey Renault, and then the loss of Ed Chenauth. But that is the nature of life and nature of the game. You ride those ups and downs.
Well, sport helps, I think, in a lot of ways, and I know in both instances, I really believe that the power of sport came through to help the Renault family through such a tragedy, and then lately with Ed and his family, and just having some of his sons out here and his brother and nephews, and the memorial service, it was so special. And to Linda, who I'm sure is watching, she knows that this tournament's been a tribute to Ed, and the Canadian Hockey League will be a lasting legacy for what Ed has meant to this league and to the game of hockey.
Well, you and your counterparts, Ron Robinson and Gilles Courteau, should be saluted as well for making it as strong as it is. Commissioner, thanks for joining us.
Hey, our pleasure. Thank you very much.
David Branch, he is the president of the CHL and the commissioner of the Ontario Hockey League, and he does have some rooting interest. We won't tell you which way he's leaning right now. We'll come back with more. This intermission is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Napa Auto Parts. Come on in.
Hey, Becky, top shelf every time.
Get the right advice and the Nike Bauer Vapor Shift, only at Source for Sports.
We play the game. We know our stuff.
Freedom of choice. It's what makes this wide open country of ours so great. So whether you're into paved roads, dirt roads, or no roads, Toyo makes an open country tire that's just right for you. No matter where the road takes you.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch. Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
I know.
Any news from the men?
Oh, yeah. They've been posting pictures all weekend long, and then it just stopped this morning with this dark, blurry one.
So the keys are in the tent. In the tent.
Post and send pictures with a high-speed phone on Rogers, Canada's fastest wireless network.
Get the right advice and the Nike Bauer Vapor Velocity, only at Source for Sports.
We play the game. We know our stuff.
Welcome back inside the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. The Rangers and the Spokane Chiefs, the Western Hockey League champions, tied at 1 in the title game of the 2008 MasterCard Memorial Cup, and here's why.
Kitchener Rangers open the scoring in this game off a well-executed face-off play. Massioli's rebound goes right onto the stick of Mashinter to pick up the goal, and then Andre Roman with a great wide drive to find Judd Blackwater in front of the net. He goes upstairs under the bar to beat Josh Eunice to tie it at 1.
The first of the tournament for each of those players. The first period scoring summary is brought to you by Go RVing Canada. What will you discover? Visit GoRVing.ca for a free CD-ROM.
The Rangers with a decided edge in the shots on goal department, but even where it counts most if you're Spokane.
Levko Koper, Nick Spaulding with a 5-point outing in the semifinal, along with Halishchuk and Azevedo. But so far in this game, held off the score sheet, courtesy of Johnson, McRae, and Koper, and that is how this second period will begin. Sam, when the goal by Blackwater went in the net, you could almost feel a Spokane sigh of relief all the way up here. Azevedo, good stick by Koper to lift. Azevedo keeps it alive. Spaulding runs into Johnson. And the diminutive one wins the battle. Could almost put that on recording and then just push a little button.
He is something special and a great inspiration to guys who play this game that are small.
And he may very well play 3 more years in this league. He's just 17. What a player. This guy's not bad either. Jared Cowan to Mitch Wall. A lot of talent on the surface in the final of the 90th Memorial Cup. Jared Spurgeon, his brother, won a Memorial Cup in Kelowna. Tyler in 2004. Kadri with a little room to operate, and Spurgeon raced back to slap it off his stick.
So with Cowan being back there, it allows Spurgeon to really use his great skating ability. Cowan is a very calming force. Spurgeon a little more active. A great pairing by Bill Peters.
Wall loses it. Partial 3-on-2. Bodker, Duco, and Kadri at the end of a long shift. Bodker, he can really shoot the puck, and that was not his best, but just wide. The Spokane goal-getter, Judd Blackwater, in his final game of junior hockey. Rutherford stopped by Eunice. Rutherford, nice work on the backtrack.
So important to have your players committed in all 3 zones on the ice, and Tyler Johnson does it maybe better than anyone in this hockey game. Battling with Nick Spaulding, chases him down, will not let him go, then presses him, sees on the right side of the puck. That's what allows him to do that. Gets on the right side of the puck, takes his man off the puck, flips it out into the neutral zone. Picture perfect defensive play by Tyler Johnson.
And Johnson, 5 goals, 8 points during the Western Hockey League playoffs. He scored game-winning goals in both games 3 and 4 of the league championship series versus Lethbridge. One of those in overtime in game 3 that really did put the Hurricanes away. Lethbridge led that game 1-0 until the last 2 minutes when Chris Bruton scored on a great individual effort, and then Johnson won it in overtime.
There's the game's opening goal scorer and Brandon Mashinger. Bill Peters and his squad really feeling each other out here in the first 2 minutes and 13 seconds of this period number 2. And I think if you're either coach, I don't think you'd be unhappy with the way in which your team performed in the opening 20.
Kelly finds Spaulding, a second-round pick of Nashville. Halischuk in deep on Trevor Glass on the forecheck. One thing about Kitchener, they never stop coming at you. Coper content to flip towards McRae. Step by Kelly and then lost the handle. Oh, that would have been an excellent scoring opportunity for McRae, who has yet to register a goal during the postseason.
A little bit different role than what he was in Saskatoon playing for Lauren Mollican. And I think since coming onto this team and on that checking line, they just want him to take care of business in his own end of the ice and in the neutral zone. And if the scoring comes, yeah, well, that's an added bonus. He was relied on more for his leadership in scoring with the Blades.
Good lead pass. Atkinson. Cowan with that long reach. Ahead to Roman, who's been outstanding in this game. Andre Roman. And he can fire it too. Steered aside by Eunice. Sutron got away with one. Scott Trigona. Spurgeon long lead pass. That is something that Spokane has made a lot of hay with during this tournament and the Western Hockey League playoffs.
You wonder why Jared Cowan is so good. Watch what he does here. Uses his stick, and then most defensemen here would chip this puck high out into the neutral zone. Instead, he has the poise to put the draw weight on it to allow Roman to catch up to it. That's why Jared Cowan, a couple of years down the road, will be considered one of the best players available in the draft.
Eligible in 2009, and you can book his tickets for Slovakia and the Czech Republic. He'll play for Canada's under-18 team in that annual event in August. For sure, Kadri drops it Duco a shot, and Spinalmer blocked it, and in transition is Bowman with Mitch Wall. Wall from Seal Beach, California. Ulmer let it go through a partial screen and it went wide. This game, like you mentioned, Sam, really starting to settle in. Bowman a shot, he scores! 6th of the tournament for Grayson Bowman. And the Chiefs with their first lead.
Peter, you said it best when you had the chance to watch the Spokane Chiefs play in the Western Hockey League Championship against the Lethbridge Hurricane. This guy's release is unbelievably quick. He can shoot it without having to lift the stick up much. He goes into a good area here, turns, and look at that quick release. Surprises everyone, including Josh Eunice. And with that puck on end, it wobbles and weaves just enough to go inside the post. Grayson Bowman has taken advantage of every scoring opportunity he's had in this tournament.
Scored now in all 4 games, registered a hat trick in the opening game victory a week ago Saturday against Belleville, and notched the game winner last Sunday, 2-1 triumph over Kitchener. And he has put the Western League champions ahead by the same count in the same period. Rutherford, fans on a pass attempt. Glass a chance, big save, the rebound, and Eunice squeezed the pads to stop Andre Roman.
It's so interesting to see who the coaches put out after a goal. Kitchener puts out its energy line, and Andre Roman and the Blackwater line come out for the Spokane Chiefs. Glass pitches in, good opportunity. Blackwater's on the doorstep, so too is Rutherford and Roman. Eunice having to come up big with 2 stops after allowing a suspect goal.
Bowman's tournament leading 6th from Chris Bruton at 4-11. And the Chiefs with 2 unanswered to lead. Johnson back out with Coper and McRae. Johnson deflected wide. McRae turning, and the skates of Johnson spalling on top of him, limiting his time and space, and Weber about to pick up a penalty for the Rangers.
That's what this checking line does so well for the Spokane Chiefs. They're talented enough, Peter, that they can control the puck. They can control the play. They can cycle on the play. And when that happens, your top guys, Spalling, Azevedo, Halischuk, and now your top defenseman in Weber are out there trying to take the puck away. A battle there where Weber gets called for the cross-check.
Chiefs have connected with the manpower advantage in this game. Their first goal was a power play goal, courtesy of Judd Blackwater. They've gone ahead on the even strength tally by Grayson Bowman, who's from Littleton, Colorado. A lot of American flavor on this U.S.-based Chiefs team.
Yeah, a little bit of everything, really. And you look at their European players, you look at some Canadians, Americans, it's a nice mix, and it's made for great chemistry in the dressing room.
Glass scores! Trevor Glass on the power play, and the Chiefs with a 2-goal lead.
Trevor Glass played in the Memorial Cup last year for the Medicine Hat Tigers, and in the 4 games the Tigers played, he had just 1 assist, but 2 shifts after creating a good chance. He comes in off the draw and goes high glove side on Josh Eunice. I mean, Eunice can't get out any further than he is, but if you look off the face-off, Peter, where his left pad is, it's way beyond that left post, and still there's room for Glass to find it, and he does so. Really overcommitting to the left side was Eunice, but Glass still felt he had a hole, and he found it.
And the Kitchener Rangers, who just yielded 2 goals 1 minute and 1 second apart, have called a timeout.
Score 3-1 here. Peter DeBoer decides to shut things down, deliver the message to his players, and doing so in a rather authoritative way.
Glass is first in 2 Memorial Cups. A finalist with Medicine Hat last year on the power play from Chris Bruton at 5-12.
And you have to credit Bruton with winning the draw, and you see at the start of this play, Eunice is way committed to the left, and he over-adjusts, and there is a hole there for Glass to find.
The Rangers trail by a pair. Duco, Kadri, and Bodker. Kadri losing his balance as Bruton shoveled it to the corner. Bodker carries on. Mikkel Bodker dangerously to the front. Duco is upended. Now there'll be a Spokane penalty.
Special teams so important. Puck possession so important in these big games. The Rangers able to gain the zone, and off a very innocent-looking shot from Bodker, Glass is forced to come down and check Duco because he puts himself in good position. When he does that, Glass commits the infraction. Duco goes down, and the Rangers now with a golden opportunity to really stem the tide.
Chiefs are 2 for 4 on the power play. This is the Rangers' second crack. And they need to start turning the tide back in their favor. They've given up 3 unanswered goals. Spalling to Azevedo with Halischuk. The top trio. Bodker and Weber, they can both unleash it. Azevedo. Spokane takes that seam away. Weber, a drive through a screen. Tokarski's been excellent.
What a battle, Falk and Spalling in front of the net.
Bodker again wants the seam, but Koper in the road. Bodker, good shot block by Falk, and Johnson dumps it. Eunice, right to Falk. 3 goals in 9:02 for the Chiefs. Have them in the driver's seat in this title game of the MasterCard Memorial Cup, but a long way to go. And in this event, no lead has really been safe.
That's one thing we've learned. 3-goal leads, 2-goal leads, doesn't really matter.
Weber, Azevedo and Kadri as the Rangers, the team forced to come back now. This is new ground outside of the semi-final. In that game, they led all the way. They've only trailed for a significant point of time last Sunday against the same Chiefs team. Power play continues. Kadri off a skate. Bodker nearly loses it to Bowman, and now does. Will try and get away shorthanded. Grayson Bowman. Shot wide. Chiefs look like they might have got away with having too many men on the ice, and I think they did. Big kill by Spokane. Kadri with Duco at the line. Trying to feed it back. Roman off his skate, and he collects it with Rutherford and Blackwater. Judd Blackwater. Wide on the short side as this game starts to open up. And I'm not sure that's what Bill Peters wants right about now.
No, but if you're Bill Peters, you can't sit back and relax either. You have to continue to put the pedal to the metal. Just ask Peter DeBoer and the Kitchener Rangers.
And they are so dangerous, Spokane, in transition, as they just showed us seconds ago on the near miss by Blackwater, who has one of the 3 Chiefs goals. Massioli runs into Glass, who has scored a big power play goal in this period. Pepe knocked down by Glass. Here's Timmins with Massioli. Ulmer finds Koper. And now Rutherford. He's been out there for a while, so he's headed to the bench.
Spokane does a really good job of utilizing that weak side, Peter. A good example of it there as Koper was able to get it deep.
This is not the type of team you want to trail by 2 or more against with their suffocating style. But if there's one team that can come back, it's the Rangers. Timmins, nice work along the boards, greeted by Johnson. Falk chipped it ahead to Koper. And now McRae with Reddington looking to jump up as McRae lost an edge and put himself offside.
And again, Koper, weak side through the middle, picked up by McRae, able to relieve the pressure for Spokane.
Bortuzzo and Kelly. Bortuzzo just returned to the lineup. He's been out since Game 5 of the OHL final with a shoulder injury. He's a Pittsburgh draft pick, number 20. Spalling steamrolled him, and Azevedo just fails to hold it in. The Spokane Chiefs lead by 22 as Glass finds net.
Fire in the disco. Fire in the Taco Bell. Fire in the disco. Fire in the gates of hell. Danger, danger. High voltage. When we touch and when we kiss. Danger, danger. High voltage. When we touch, when we kiss, when we touch, when we danger, danger. High voltage. When we touch and when we kiss.
Japanese SUVs just got a little sexier. Introducing the all-new 2009 Subaru Forester.
From 7 a.m., try one of our delicious breakfasts and start your day off right. Subway. Think fresh. Eat fresh.
With Peter DeBoer, what did you tell your team when you took the time out? What were you trying to get across?
Well, just to relax. You know, we've played over 100 games this year, won most of them, doing a lot of little things right, and made some uncharacteristic plays there. Lost a face-off, lost a man in D-zone coverage. So, you know, that's not our game. We've got to get back to it, and you have to give credit to Spokane. They're putting us out of our comfort zone a little bit, and we've got to handle it better.
How do you generate offense against a team like Spokane, which can shut you down?
Well, you know, I think we're doing a better job tonight. We've got 23 shots. I think we're doing a better job, but I think we can still do more. We can draw more penalties. You got to win more battles down low.
Thank you, Peter. And now it's time for the Kitchener Rangers to come from behind. Peter?
And here's so true. And here's what Peter DeBoer is talking about off the draw. That is wide open for Glass to take it to the front of the net. The defensive zone breakdown by the Kitchener Rangers, a rarity.
The Rangers, a record season, 53 wins, 110 points. The Chiefs won 50 as well. Coper to McRae with Johnson. Justin McRae, one-on-one with Dan Kelly. Nice work, McRae, a backhander deflects. And you can see some nervousness right now in the Rangers game.
Really giving a lot of credit to this McRae line with Johnson and Coper really tying down Halischuk, Azevedo, and Spall.
And that's not an easy chore. They've supplied 28 points in this tournament. 15 of them in the semifinal win for Kitchener on Friday. Rutherford, Azevedo lifts the stick of Roman. Pressure still on in the Ranger zone. Roman for Blackwater. They just failed to connect. Spaulding trying to hold off Blackwater, and it was his goal, Sam. Just over 16 minutes into the first, it completely turned the tide.
Yeah, the momentum changed, and momentum is such a big factor in these one-off games.
And they have 2 of their 3 goals on the power play. Tragana working against Ulmer. Anderson for Atkinson, who overskated the puck as he looked to get to the front of the net. Anderson. Roman finds Rutherford and now Blackwater. Judd Blackwater deflects into the corner. Yannick Weber. Spurgeon steps up to make a good play at the line. Jared Spurgeon for Cowan. Right to Eunice, who's forced to make the save. Credit to Karski. He did a wonderful job helping his team stem the tide after they gave up the game's first goal to Mashinter. The Rangers looking for answers, trailing the Chiefs.
People with a cough know it's worth it. Buckley,
It tastes awful, and it works. For your cold symptoms, take Buckley's Cough, Cold, and Flu Caplets.
Visit your local Yamaha dealer for a right here, right now sales event. Get up to a $1,300 instant customer rebate on our top-selling ATV, $1,400 on the industry's best side-by-side, $1,500 on a legendary sport bike, $1,600 on a stylish Star Cruiser, and up to an incredible $3,500 on a new Yamaha outboard. Right here, right now at your Yamaha dealer. Check our website for full details. What kind of Yamaha are you?
Pretty good shot.
Hi, I'm Rick Nash of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
And I'm James Bodanis, and my brother Jake has autism.
James has made an incredible sacrifice for his brother and for his family. Every 20 minutes, another child is diagnosed with autism. 1 in every 150 children have autism, and there are over 3 million in North America. That's why I play for Jake. Log on to www.jakeshouse.ca. Visit the Facebook section and see how you can help take families from exclusion to inclusion.
Bonjour.
3 words. Tim Hortons Maple.
I have to go.
Maple.
Gotta go.
Maple. Where can I get a cab?
Canadians can't resist the call of Tim Hortons Maple Baked Goods, like our new maple shortbread cookie.
I have to get more maple donuts.
New Buckley's Congestion and Cough. It relieves coughs and breaks up the mucus that causes chest congestion with the same awful taste as the original. Buckley's, it tastes awful and it works.
Sam, one of the things Peter DeBoer has stressed to Steve Spott to get through to the D is to start pinching. Use that opportunity. If they can pinch more, maybe they can generate a little offense against the Chiefs.
We'll see if that's effective, especially against the way in which Spokane utilizes that weak side. If the D can come down and help out, it may help the Rangers maintain possession in the offensive zone.
Spokane with 2 goals, a minute and 1 apart in this second period. From Bowman is tournament leading 6th, and Trevor Glass is first. And the Western League champions in command. Kadri working against Cowan. With help of Duco and Bodker and Mitch Wall. To the line, Matt Pepe holds it in.
There's that pinch that Rob referred to right there.
Wall comes away with it off the boards with Bowman. To Mitch Wall. Eunice kicked it away. Solid Joel Kaplan on Bowman. Glass. And Kelly will carry out. Dan Kelly keeps his feet moving. Kelly. Spaulding is Kitchener in the midst of a change. Azevedo, CHL Player of the Year for Halischuk. Fans didn't have a lot to work with anyway. Bortuzzo blocked. Halischuk backhands it, and Reddington takes care of it. McCray and Coper. Ledko Coper. Stopped by Eunice. Halischuk backs it out to neutral ice. And you can tell this entire building is holding its breath. Spaulding trying to chip it by Ulmer. Not so. Here's a partial opportunity for Halischuk. Big save. Tokarski rebound. Spaulding. There'll be a penalty to the Chiefs. Spaulding, an opportunity. Weber, and another great save by Dustin Tokarski.
All he does is stop pucks.
And a lot of them. 24 already in this title game.
Hydration for the big game. 4 minutes, 17 seconds. Carbohydrates, 2 minutes, 49 seconds. Gas and a rest stop, 5 minutes, 32 seconds. 5 minutes, 44 seconds. Still making it to the rink in time? Priceless. Introducing MasterCard PayPass, BMO Mosaic MasterCard, proud sponsor of the CHL.
There's an unwritten code in Canada. If you live by it, chances are you've left your coat on some pile and knew it wouldn't get stolen. You've never made a move on your buddy's girlfriend. You know that on a road trip, the strongest bladder determines the pit stops. You've kept all your hockey trophies. You've replaced someone's pint if you knock theirs over. If your buddy's in trouble, you've got his back. You clap for the dancer even though she shouldn't be a dancer. You've used a blowtorch to curve your stick. You've used your arm as an ice scraper, and you've grown a beard in the postseason. This is our beer, Molson Canadian.
Hitting the road with everything you love never loses its thrill. What will you discover? Go RVing. Visit GoRVing.ca for a free CD-ROM and see an RV.
Matt Halischuk has scored some big goals in some big games, and here on the rush has the opportunity to try and cut the deficit to one. A bullet of a shot as he uses Falk for a screen. And see Coper draw the penalty right there with the slash, middle of your screen. Then it goes back to Weber for a great shot. But Tokarski again equal to the task. He has been fantastic in this game.
Halischuk, 5 goals in this MasterCard Memorial Cup, the 4th-round pick of the New Jersey Devils. And the Rangers with an enormous power play opportunity. They really need something to draw on right now. They're giving up 3 unanswered goals. Weber, his shot blocked by McRae in the lane. Intercepted by Tyler Johnson and sent down the ice. And Bill Peters quickly changes his penalty killers. Brute and Bowman up front with Falk and Cowan. A little size in the backhand in that pairing. Falk right to Eunice. And he might be forced to hang on, and he nearly gave Bowman a freebie. My goodness. And might have been game, set, and match. Azevedo off the ring. Kitchener trying to dig it free with their top trio out there.
The game possession, here's where that seam opens up, where everyone collapses, but not the case.
They did, but the puck came out. Here's Halischuk with Spaulding. Cowan broke it up to the skate. Bodker finds Weber. Azevedo, his shot deflects just wide, and there was some room on the far side. Azevedo again. Flashing, Bodker set up through that seam. And Tokarski with another fine stop. Weber, good puck movement this time by the Rangers. Weber with traffic off a body wide. Bodker rips it, bit over top of the net. Azevedo chipped in front by Spaulding. Penalty over.
Big bounce off the end glass.
Jared Cowan moves it out, throws a hit. Coming to an NHL arena in a couple of years near you. Off of Bodker, deflects it in. Tokarski swings it. This is Kraguna. Blackwater heads back the other direction with Rutherford. David Rutherford, blocked by the captain, Matt Pepe. Shutron. Paducah. Roman let it go. Pepe. Spurgeon pinching, it missed him, but there to cover up with Glass, one of the 3 chief goal getters.
What an addition Trevor Glass has been to this Spokane team.
A Memorial Cup finalist, the Cochrane, Alberta product last year of the Medicine Hat Tigers. Does not want to lose a second straight title game and is doing his part to make sure it doesn't happen. Kellner just missed from inside the line. Curtis Kellner. Bumps with Kadri. Spokane winning all the little battles. Kellner so close.
Jared Cowan has been stellar in this game for the Spokane Chiefs, and we have talked about him all tournament long, and it's such a pleasure to watch a young guy who's physically developed as he is to be able to match that physical skill with the mental side of the game. And Cowan never seems rattled, even when he gets caught out of position, which is a rare occasion. He is a special one.
Not eligible until 2009. Was a first overall pick in the Western Hockey League Bantam Draft, Jared Cowan. Kelly with 2 minutes to go in the second period in a 3-1 Chiefs lead. Long shot, no trouble for Tokarski.
Dustin Tokarski sees a little harm on that harmless shot from Kelly, so rather than play it, he does the wise thing, cover it up. And Dustin Tokarski has been tested 27 times in this hockey game, and I think you have to also credit the defense and the forward support that he gets. There has not been many second and third chance opportunities for the Kitchener Rangers, but Tokarski, whenever he gets the chance, covers up that first shot as good as anybody.
Listed by the Spokane Chiefs in December of 2005. Passed right through the Bantam Draft and steers this Azevedo shot to the corner. McRae with Johnson and Coper. The flex wide. McRae into the slot. Schutron collided with Azevedo, and it's Halishchuk who will chip and chase. Matt Halishchuk working against Cowan. Spurgeon pinching in. There's that pinch. Schutron keeps it alive. High off the glass and belongs to Spurgeon. Justin McRae, Weber knocked it off his stick as Spaulding will shoot it, but not as deep as he wanted. Left Coper towards David Rutherford. Anderson versus Roman and Blackwater, and the neutral ice it comes.
Spokane really has no issues with pitching its team in as well, because they know in order to get out of the zone, Kitchener has to go to the weak side. And when that happens, the forwards for Kitchener have to be aware and have to support the play better than what they have been doing to this point.
Their puck pressure is just relentless in all three zones. And since about the first 13 minutes of this game, when it was all Kitchener, Spokane has been at its suffocating best. Schutron loses a stick. Rutherford on the wraparound. Hops over Blackwater's stick, and then the shot from Wall off the stick of Eunice.
Dangerous, dangerous times with 13 seconds remaining here in the second period. Rutherford on the wrap, and it goes right by Blackwater's stick. And Blackwater, who is a left-handed shot, has his body down beneath the goal line. If he gets any wood on this at all, it's 4-1.
Kitchener wins the draw cleanly to Azevedo. 8 seconds to go. Now with Duco and Botcher. Azevedo turns. Bodker backhand. Tokarski right at the buzzer, and then he collides with Duco and goes down. And the Spokane Chiefs, with 3 unanswered goals, will enjoy a 2-goal advantage with 20 minutes to go in regulation.
Bodker with the backhand. Duco on that blue paint. Runs into Tokarski at the end of the play. And here, as the whistle, or as the buzzer sounds, Duco right in Tokarski's face. But Tokarski not rattled whatsoever.
28 saves by Dustin Tokarski. The play of the second period is brought to you by Esquire Watches, because it's all about ESQ and you.
The Spokane Chiefs doing it off the faceoff. Bruton wins it. Glass steps in. Goes top shelf, glove side, beating Josh Eunice. A well-executed play as far as the Chiefs are concerned. Not as well executed on the defensive side as the Rangers would have liked.
Lots to come your way in our second period intermission. A chat with Nick Spaulding. 1 minute with Grayson Bowman, and we'll head back to the Sportsnet studios for a connected update. The Western Hockey League champions in
Are you tired of fumbling to adjust locking pliers? Get new Benchmark Auto-Lock self-adjusting pliers, only at Home Hardware and Home Hardware Building Center. Auto-Lock pliers adjust automatically to any size and lock on. No fumbling, no slipping. Change instantly from one size to another and release just as easily. Durable and versatile. Pick up your Benchmark Auto-Lock pliers today from just $14.97. Only at Home Hardware.
Help is close to home.
It's a sight to behold. You can hear it loud. So clear, you can practically smell it. So crisp, you can almost taste it. So impactful, you can feel it right through your television. Sportsnet HD will awake your senses with the Jays.
You can kiss that one goodbye.
The Mariners, Sunday Night Baseball, the MasterCard Memorial Cup, Euro 2008,
Brilliantly struck.
and Sportsnet Connected. Call your television service provider to order Sportsnet HD.
Whoa, hey now.
Spokane Chiefs now 20 minutes away from taking the MasterCard Memorial Cup back to the other side of the 49th for the first time in 10 years. Jason Portwanda with a look at some other stuff going on, including the Stanley Cup. We all know Mike Babcock's Wings are up 1-0 in their series, and make no mistake, the former Spokane Chief, yeah, you know who he's pulling for in this one.
And I see you're wearing the colors today of your team.
You got to remember where you're from.
Glass scores! Trevor Glass on the power play, and the Chiefs with a 2-goal lead.
And no doubt he's enjoying that. He also enjoys this. His team could be getting Johan Franzen back. His 12 playoff goals is tops in the NHL, along with his teammate Henrik Zetterberg. Well, the winger has missed the last 6 games with concussion-like symptoms. You know what? He could be back in the lineup Monday night, as mentioned. We'll get you back to the hockey game following these.
At Myers-Norris-Penney, we support the teams of the WHL. Like you, we live in the West and believe in its potential. We also share a passion for the game. At Myers-Norris-Penney, we support the teams of the WHL. Like you, we live in the West and believe in its potential. We also share a passion for the game.
For some, hockey is just a game. But then there are the few. The chosen ones. The ones who see things others don't. For those, it's a mission.
Awesome. I'm starving.
Pizza, pizza. May I take your order, please?
Freedom of choice. It's what makes this wide-open country of ours so great. So whether you're into paved roads, dirt roads, or no roads, Toyo makes an open country tire that's just right for you. No matter where the road takes you.
I know.
Any news from the men?
Oh, yeah. They've been posting pictures all weekend long, and then it just stopped this morning with this dark, blurry one.
So the keys are in the tent. In the tent.
Post and send pictures with a high-speed phone on Rogers, Canada's fastest wireless network.
From From 7 a.m., try one of our delicious breakfasts and start your day off right. Subway. Think fresh. Eat fresh.
The 2008 MasterCard Memorial Cup on Rogers Sportsnet. Brought to you by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. By Buckley's. It tastes awful, and it works. And by Rogers, Canada's most reliable wireless network.
3-1 the score. Spokane leading Kitchener after 40 minutes. I'm joined by Nick Spaulding of the Kitchener Rangers. Have they surprised you a little bit in that second period? You were getting some shots. You have the edge.
Yeah, no, they're playing the type of game we knew they would. You know, it's a tough game out there, not much space, and they're shutting things down and getting shots to the net. So we got to match that.
How do you try to open that up in the third period, because you have to down by 2?
Yeah, we gotta keep pucking their end. You know, we got to get some cycles going, and we just got to start throwing everything on net here.
Now, you had a great opportunity with a power play late in that period, not able to beat Tokarski. Has he been that tough, or are you guys just a little off the mark right now?
I don't know. We gotta start finding those. You know, power plays. We gotta start cashing in, and hopefully we can turn things around here.
Throughout the season, you guys have responded, as we know from the 7th game of the OHL final, and then in that semifinal against Belleville. What kind of things are you guys going to be saying to one another during this intermission?
There's not much to say, I think, at this point in the season. You know, we all know what's at stake in there, and we all know we can do it. So, you know, we got to go out and play our game and just stick to our game plan.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Nick Spaulding of the Kitchener Rangers. He knows what lies ahead. When we come back, we've got 1 minute with Drayson Bowman of the Spokane Chiefs. Chiefs with a 3-1 lead after 40.
The Powerhouse Angels are in Chicago to take on the White Sox. Angels, White Sox on Sunday Night Baseball.
Everyone has a goal in life. Ours is to make reliable windows and doors for you and your family. Make your choice Geldwin Windows and Doors, proud supporter of Hockey Canada.
I have hair here, but not here. Is Old Spice hair and body wash right for me?
Yes, Old Spice hair and body wash is right for you.
I have hair here, here.
Yeah.
I've got hair here, but not here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Is Old Spice hair and body wash right for me?
Yes, cop.
Is it right for me?
Sure, criminal. Old Spice hair and body wash is right for everyone.
What?
It's right for everyone, idiot.
I have hair extensions that technically are made of someone else's hair.
All right.
Is it right for him?
Yeah, it is. Old Spice hair and body wash for hair and or body, or both.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Ding dong!
Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
A uniform says a lot about you. It can say you've made it, or that you're on your way. But where you end up is entirely up to you. The New Edge uniform by RBK.
We know the effort and dedication you and your family put into sports. We put that same effort and dedication into every window and door we make. Reliability for real life. Geldwin Windows and Doors, proud supporter of Hockey Canada.
Our depth is tremendous. I think we have such a well-rounded team, and our coach uses that to our advantage. I mean, he can really play anybody in any situation, and that's what he tries to do. It's good. I mean, the fans are really supportive, and the rink is really nice. I mean, it's probably one of the nicest rinks in junior hockey, and that's the best part about it. I mean, playing in that arena every 36 times a year is a lot of fun. I mean, he taught me how to play the game properly and you know, be honest defensively. And you know, sometimes I cheat to get some offense, and you know, I'm more of an offensive guy. But I mean, he's really taught me how to, make sure I'm taking care of my responsibilities defensively and stuff like that. It would be a tremendous honor. I mean, it's great being here, and I mean, if we could cap our season off with a Memorial Cup win, it'd mean a lot to everybody involved, I think.
This intermission brought to you by Toyo Tires and OK Tire. OK Tire, honestly driven.
Hey, Becky, top shelf every time.
Get the right advice and the Nike Bauer Supreme Comp, only at Source for Sports.
We play the game. We know our stuff.
Visit your local Yamaha dealer for our Right Here, Right Now sales event. Get up to a $1,300 instant customer rebate on our top-selling ATVs, $1,400 on the industry's best side-by-sides, $1,500 on a legendary sport bike, $1,600 on a stylish Star Cruiser, and up to an incredible $3,500 on a new Yamaha outboard. Right here, right now at your Yamaha dealer. Check our website for full details. What kind of Yamaha are you?
Hitting the road with everything you love never loses its thrill. What will you discover? Go RVing. Visit GoRVing.ca for a free CD-ROM and see an RV dealer.
If you're looking for a home security system, or even if you already have one, ADT can give you so much more. Like an easy way to arm and disarm your system with the touch of a button, even turn on your lights. You can also get fast alarm response from our advanced network of monitoring centers.
Plus great local service, our exclusive theft protection guarantee, a money-back guarantee, and monitoring rates starting at about $1 a day. Call now and save $250 when you buy ADT's family package. ADT, always there.
Get the right advice and the Nike Bauer Vapor Shift, only at Source for Sports.
We play the game. We know our stuff.
Hey Alberta, Martine here with a question. If you could create your very own sportscast, what would you include? Well, you'd start with this.
Off the foot, kick save, and that's an unbelievable play!
Add some drama like this.
And then driven by Morgan, he scores!
And top it off with this. No.
Sportsnet Connected, 10 p.m. weeknights with Martine Guyard. It's sports, Western style.
(3-1) Spokane leading Kitchener. Don Meehan has joined me, the NHL player agent. You've got 4 players here, split 2 and 2. You've got divided loyalties.
It's pretty tough. I'm trying to cheer for both teams, and the way this tournament's gone this week, I mean, it's been close all the way through, and for the home crowd, I wish it was about tied now, but looks like Spokane looks pretty good going into the third period.
Who are you representing here?
Well, Drayson Bowman and Justin Falk on Spokane, and then I've got Matt Halishuk and Nick Spaulding on Kitchener.
And I know you've got a busy week coming up, the Combines. Don, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Don Meehan is a busy man right now, so he can go either way, boys, right now in terms of who he's going to cheer for. I'll let you take it.
Not a bad stable, that's what I have to say. Let's show you what's transpired through 40 minutes.
The Kitchener Rangers open the scoring. Mike Massioli creates the rebound. Brandon Mashinter puts it away. 1-0 Rangers at that point. But the Chiefs would come back. Andre Roman on what was looked to be a wraparound gives it to Blackwater, who goes upstairs on Eunice. 1-1 after 20. And then Chris Bruton keeps it alive. Bowman, quick release, beats Josh Eunice inside the post. 2-1 Spokane. Off the draw, Bruton wins it again. Glass upstairs, love side. 3-1 Spokane after 40 minutes.
Second period scoring summary is brought to you by Vaughn. Take your game to the next level.
The Rangers leading in the shots on goal category, 29-19. Have yet to score on the power play. And the Spokane Chiefs take all the stats, throw it aside, and lead where it counts most.
20 minutes, maybe more, to decide the champion of Canadian Major Junior Hockey. And a U.S.-based team will enjoy a 2-goal lead when we begin this this third period. The Chiefs' last Memorial Cup appearance, 1998. They lost to Guelph in a semifinal. They did capture the Memorial Cup in 1991 with a 5-1 victory over Drummondville in the final back in 1991. One of the most dominating performances I've ever seen in this event. And this group, you come into this building and beat the Kitchener Rangers twice in their own backyard, you deserve to be the champs. But there's a long way to go.
And Spokane has not wavered from its game plan from the second it got off the plane.
So true. Duco slides it in, opens for Kitchener with Kadri and Vodker. Pepe pinching down. You'll see a lot of that for Peter DeBoer's team as they try to generate some more offense, which might lead to the odd man rush. But when you're down two, you have to take the odd chance. Kadri for Duco. Checked off the puck by Cowan. Mitch Wall. Cowan joins the rush. Off the blocker of Eunice. Intercepted, offside, now onside. Schutron turning against McRae. And this line of McRae, Johnson, and Coper have done a masterful job again for a second straight meeting against the Kitchener trio of Spaulding, Azevedo, and Halischuk.
And they've been allowed to do their thing because of what Dustin Tokarski has been doing between the pipes. He has not allowed an inch. He gets in good position, and Peter, even when there's been traffic in front of him and he hasn't seen the shot, his positioning is so good that the puck hits him. And then when he's asked to make that second and third save, he does so again because he's in good position. At the end of the period, Duco and Vodker trying to connect to cut the deficit to one. It did not happen.
Mashinger, who has scored the lone goal. Timmins and Tokarski just got a piece. As that line for the Rangers nearly supplied yet another goal. Massioli who drew an assist on the Mashinger goal to open the scoring early in the first. Rutherford, nice feed for Roman with Blackwater in his skates. Massioli, fine feed for the defender, Kelly. Trevor Glass plays it as well as you can. Roman cutting laterally. Rutherford, Blackwater, huge stop by Eunice.
And it's Eunice who knocked the net off himself, and that is a huge save for Josh Eunice. I mean, you look at the momentum in this game, Kitchener really coming out strong here to start the third period. But this save here by Eunice on Blackwater gets not only his confidence up, but the team playing in front of him.
1:41 into the third. Face-off victory, and there's another good one. Off Jared Kelly.
Justin Azevedo and Tyler Johnson doing battle in the face-off. Azevedo loses the draw cleanly. Cowan with a cannon. Eunice with another big stop for the Rangers. And it all starts with possession off the draw. Johnson has been a menace in that area.
Peter DeBoer changes, so does Bill Peters. Now the fourth lines go at one another. Trigana, Anderson, and Atkinson against Compton, Letts, and Kellner. Kellner had a couple of good chances in the second period. Compton is spelled, takes a look at the referees. Cortuzzo comes away with it. Scott Trigana with Atkinson. Look to return the favor, and the big wingspan of Falk in the row.
Oh, that's a great gap control too, Peter.
Falk's a fourth-round pick of the Minnesota Wild. Schutron driving. Chance for Weber to pinch if he can get there. He does, but he runs into Johnson. And you know he'll be content to just put pucks in good areas, as he's done all tournament long.
And if you're Kitchener's D and you're committing to the pinch, you better be committed with no hesitation, or it will cost you. This Spokane team is great in transition and has great team speed.
Spurgeon looking for the redirect of Coper. It did go off the heel of his stick. McRae working on Schutron. Justin McRae, Coper, blocked by Weber, and here's Halischuk. Trying to split the D. Azevedo throws a big hit. Coper send it gingerly deep as Azevedo still involved with Johnson behind the play.
I think Peter DeBoer probably challenged his top line here. Azevedo's falling.
Big jolt, no problem. The linesman fell off of Kadri. Wall towards Bowman. Had a man in front. It was Bruton. Bowman has the go-ahead goal in this game. Is tournament leading 6 back in the second period. Duco.
Well, the Justin Azevedo line has been going up against the Tyler Johnson line all game, all tournament long. And here Azevedo overskates the puck, takes Johnson to the ice. And from there, the two of them would go after each other until Azevedo would finally come off for the line change. But that battle, no doubt today, has been won by the Johnson line.
16-17 to go in regulation. The Chiefs trying to make it 2 straight years for a Western Hockey League champion of this MasterCard Memorial Cup. The Vancouver Giants at home as they attend to the linesman who hurt his shoulder when he fell.
Yeah, Kevin Hastings there. They're trying to put that shoulder back in place. I think it popped out. A little help from the trainer there. Gets it popped back into place. He'll have to grin and bear it here for 16-17 or longer.
6,827 have jammed into this Memorial Auditorium. The majority hoping for a Ranger victory. They've got a lot of work to do. Timmins back out with Mashinder and Massioli. Timmins! Great stop by Tokarski from close range. Rutherford's pulled down. Timmins off the body. Bortuzzo! Tokarski never saw it, but it didn't hit the net.
Bortuzzo couldn't get a ton of that shot. He's still smarting from that shoulder injury.
Schutron banks it, Massioli. Timmins again involved. Rutherford used his glove smartly to backhand it out of the zone.
I think that's been the best line for Kitchener.
It has. Weber. Azevedo off the bench. What a return pass! And another brilliant stop by Tokarski off Azevedo. Halischuk on the cycle. Azevedo's pulled down by Johnson, and they want a penalty at the Kitchener bench. Spalling goes to the backhander and lost the handle and held help. The Rangers with some great chances, but they can't find the net.
And that's the kind of production and chances that are going to have to be created by Kitchener's top line in order to get back in this game. Tokarski tough to beat tonight.
Halischuk upended, wins the battle. Kelly, Weber, blocked by Bruton. Look at that effort by the Spokane captain.
What a surprise. What a warrior that Bruton is.
Selling out to make a big defensive play, and now racing at the other end. Takes a bump. Great start to this third period. Bodker chips and gives chase with Kadri. Glass finds Bowman ahead to Wall. He overskates Bodker. Kadri! You know who? Tokarski again. And Reddington relieves the pressure. Dustin Tokarski stealing the show in the MasterCard Memorial Cup championship game.
I'm looking for a way to reach out to my dad.
It's very good, Larry.
Richard.
I'm looking for a way to listen to my true feelings. Even the really quiet ones.
Mark.
Yeah, I'm looking for a head gasket for my 98 half-ton. Got no compression whatsoever.
Some things are easy to find.
It's a good truck. Blue.
With over 300,000 auto parts available at your Napa store, come on in. You're sure to find it.
They're opening most
most packaging can be a painful struggle, but not with the new Benchmark Safe Cut, only at Home Hardware and Home Hardware Building Center. The easy-to-use Safe Cut makes opening virtually any package safer and hassle-free. Open cello packs, CDs, snack packs, all instantly with the Safe Cut. Pick up a Benchmark Safe Cut today and never struggle with packaging again. Just $9.97. Only at Home Hardware.
Help is close to home. Wow, that was awesome.
I'm starving.
Pizza, pizza. May I take your order, please?
The Kitchener Rangers have really started to create some good opportunities here in the third period, but Dustin Tokarski has been better. Azevedo with a little give and go. Tokarski with the stop. And earlier, Massioli, Timmins from in tight range. A good stick there by Roman to come back and help out, but still Tokarski called to the carpet and makes the stop.
Dustin Tokarski won a TELUS Cup Midget AAA Championship in 2006 with the Prince Albert Mintos. A game that the Mintos won at 12:06 of triple overtime. In that final, he's turned aside 61 shots. He's made 34 saves in the biggest game of his life today. Rutherford to Blackwater, who tied this game in the late stages of the first with his first of the tournament. Blackwater spinning. Roman to the front of the net, pokes it away from Eunice. Blackwater off a body. Spokane trying to deliver the knockout punch. Tragana slides it in. He'll collide with Cowan. Massioli wraparound stop and cleared.
Now Tragana gets a chance to go out there with Massioli, and Tragana at the end of the shift doesn't have a ton of speed, so he jumps it in. He's first on the puck, picks Cowan off it. Massioli picks up the loose puck and a wraparound attempt, but again, Dustin Tokarski has been oh so good. Great puck retrieval by the Rangers, not to be outdone by Dustin Tokarski.
Weber flips it, that made it through. Tokarski wasn't sure, but it caromed out of play.
Tokarski just seems to get better as more shots are put upon him. Weber with Halischuk in front of the net. It bounces off the ice and then up off of the end glass or the end mesh.
Turned aside 36 of 37 in the round robin win last Sunday. He has exactly that many saves now, but there's still 12:40 to go in regulation. Off of Halischuk's stick. Azevedo awaits the ring off the dasher board. Spaulding with Halischuk. These guys will barely come off from here on in, you know that. And Cooper calmly clears the zone.
With that draw weight.
Dan Kelly weaves his way to the line. Spaulding, Kelly to the front. Hooking penalty upcoming to the Chiefs. Play continues. Bodker, what strength.
Hitter Dan Kelly has really asserted himself in this hockey game, jumping up in the rush on a couple of occasions and really taking control here from his own end of the ice. Head up, weaves through the neutral zone, now takes it into the Spokane zone. It's popped up to Spaulding. He fans on it. Kelly with another chance. Meanwhile, in front of the net, Justin Falk on Kelly, right side of your screen. Now the center, boom, called for the hook.
Fourth power play chance of the day for the Rangers. Clean face-off win. Halischuk parked in the high slot. Spaulding forced to turn and finds Mikkel Bodker to Yang Weber. Weber, Bodker, off the outside of the post. Bodker handles again. Weber tipped in front by House. It bounces right out in front. There's the end boards and belongs to Koper. All kinds of pressure, but no finish, thanks in large part to the brilliant play of Tokarski. Bodker fans, Azevedo trailing on this Kitchener power play. Justin Azevedo. Weber dishes for Bodker through the seam. Now has Weber. Weber handles again. Bodker, lots of traffic to the front and off the skate of Weber, and out it comes. This line and Fiveson's been out a long time. Bodker racing in with that great speed. Azevedo blocked. As a matter of fact, it hit two bodies, but Bruton was the main cog in stopping it.
What a captain.
What a kid. Kadri.
Look at him again. Wow. What an effort by Chris Bruton.
That's how you win championships, when your veteran leadership performs the way he has all season long. Kadri with Duco and Triguna. Drop pass. Sutron. Out of the box comes Falk. He's by himself, but it's in behind him. Large penalty kill by the Chiefs. We're under 10 to go, and the lead remains 2. They exploded for 3 unanswered in 9:01 in the first and early into the second. Kadri working again against Count. Keeps his feet moving. But it's Blackwater finds David Rutherford. Bortuzzo. Roman the loose puck. Timmins staples him against the boards, being urged to let him go by the referee. Good work by this Spokane unit. Blackwater, Rutherford, Roman.
And that's what happens when you go weak side. That weak side D pinches.
This is the type of shift Bill Peters would like to see the rest of the way. Rutherford trying to cut in front, does! Off the post!
Sutron saved it. That was in. Sutron brought it back.
The Spokane Chiefs this close to putting the championship game away.
There's an unwritten code in Canada. If you live by it, chances are you have a hockey scar somewhere. You've gone on a road trip with a car that had no business going on a road trip. You're proud to know a girl who got jiggy with a pro hockey player. You feel kind of bad reclining your seat in an airplane. You've used a cheesy pickup line only because your buddy dared you. You fill your friend's pint before your own. You think hockey tape can fix anything. You've gotten kicked out of somewhere, and you've turned down a booty call in the postseason. This is our beer, Molson Canadian.
Any news from the men?
Oh, yeah. They've been posting pictures all weekend long, and then it just stopped this morning with this dark, blurry one.
So the keys are in the tent. In the tent.
Post and send pictures with a high-speed phone on Rogers, Canada's fastest wireless network.
Canada's annual success at the World Juniors is a direct result of a strong partnership between Hockey Canada and the Canadian Hockey League. CHL clubs release their top players and coaches to Hockey Canada each year to proudly represent their country in the World Juniors. Hockey Canada offers the best hockey development system, and the CHL provides outstanding scholarship opportunities for players in major junior hockey in the Canadian system. Hockey Canada and the Canadian Hockey League working together to ensure Canada remains an international force in hockey.
From 7 a.m., try one of our delicious breakfasts and start your day off right. Subway, Think fresh. Eat fresh.
The 2008 MasterCard Memorial Cup on Rogers Sportsnet. Brought to you by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. By Irwin Industrial Tools, maker of vice grip locking pliers, Marathon saw blades, and other professional grade tools. And by Boston Pizza. You're among friends.
The Kitchener Rangers in need of more fireworks, trailing by 2, but they got some help from the post here.
The post, and watch Ben Chutron sneak in and deflect that puck back underneath Eunice to cover it up to stop that fourth goal from going in.
Chutron and the Rangers' dreams of winning a MasterCard Memorial Cup at home are 8:47 hanging in a balance. Chiefs that far away from winning a franchise's second Memorial Cup. Bodford, Spurgeon, for Callan, Spalling, sends Bruton back. Azevedo steals behind the net for Spalling. Look at the Chiefs outman yet. Hallister got a great chance, and that almost looked from here like he got a piece of the crossbar.
It rolled along the bar.
Azevedo tipped in front, backhander by Spalling, and Tokarski stopped it again. What a show. Pepe shot blocked. Spurgeon, enough of this.
Won't be enough to be icing them.
Look at the draw weight again. Under 8 to go. Kitchener leaving it all out there, but they can't find an answer to Dustin Tokarski. Coper content to slide it deep towards McCray. Collides heavily with the captain, Matt Pepe, in his final game of junior hockey. McCray comes away with a puck for Johnson, a weak shot. Azevedo. Halischuk. Tokarski. Finds Glass, who scored a huge second period goal to make it 3-1. Chutron. Blocked. Duco. Halischuk loose from the doorstep and cleared away in the nick of time by Reddington.
Dustin Tokarski. What a performance by the Spokane keeper. All sorts of pressure being put on. It's blocked originally, then it goes back down. It's 2 or 3 things lying in the crease for Reddington. And earlier on, Halischuk brings it to the forehand, up and off the bar and out.
I thought so. 44 saves now for the product of Watson, Saskatchewan.
There are times when I think you create your own good luck. Tokarski's done that here today.
Falling now with Bodker and Azevedo. Azevedo trying to cut to the front of the net. Does Tokarski's down? It still hits him and stays out.
It's like a piñata down there.
Oh, it's just one of those days when it's all going your way. Rutherford in deep on the forecheck with the help of Blackwater and Roman. Rangers pulling out all stops, but they can't turn on the light. Rutherford stopped by Eunice.
Now the play going back the other way with Eunice having to make a stop, but the show is definitely Dustin Tokarski. Azevedo, net side, tries the jam sandwich. It's lying there once again. Spalling knocks it into Tokarski. So too does Halischuk. And even down and out, Tokarski still able to stop everything that comes his way. Oh, man. What a show.
Not bad for a guy who we're told almost had to beg for a tryout for his midget AAA team. Timmons stick lifted, and Wall backhands it down the ice. This will be icing.
Yeah, his mother had to send some emails to everybody and their brother and sister to try and get this kid a chance to play hockey. And you know, sometimes those are the greatest stories. When you're told that you can't do something, the intestinal fortitude tells you you can. You get the opportunity and you do so. Tokarski is a prime example of that.
Well, he's got one for the ages going on here today at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium in the final of the 90th Memorial Cup. Trevor Kidd wasn't tested like this when the Chiefs won it in 91. Azevedo, another big save, because that time Tokarski was deep in his net.
Tested once again.
Might as well just let you look. I don't have an adjective for that.
No one supports their own like the community in Sackville, Nova Scotia. Like when Brad Marchand's family came to Boston Pizza to watch their boy take on Sweden in the 2008 World Junior Championships. Brad must have felt that support because he scored the first goal in under 2 minutes. Canada won the gold, and Brad won Player of the Game. Come on into Boston Pizza and find out what the story is. Boston Pizza, you're among friends.
Spokane Chiefs are 5 minutes and 54 seconds away from hoisting that wonderful piece of hardware.
What a beauty.
3-1, they scored 3 times in just over 9 minutes from late in the first into the second period. Blackwater. Bowman, who right now has the go-ahead goal, and he scored the game winner in the 2-1 triumph last Sunday versus Kitchener in the round-robin portion. And then Trevor Glass in his second Memorial Cup final on the board for the first time. He lost 3-1 as a member of the Medicine Hat Tigers to the Vancouver Giants last year at the Pacific Coliseum.
Well, it's interesting, Peter, watching the Stanley Cup last night. Some of the guys that participated in this event, you look at Stahl, who played in this event for Peterborough 2 years ago, Sidney Crosby 3 years ago, for Rimouski.
Weber blocked by Coper. They bat at it in front, Spalling upended, and here's Justin McRae. Heavy collision with Weber. Halischuk versus Glass for the help of Spalling. Reddington, who made a huge play to clear it out of the crease moments ago. Schutron, will he get there? No. Levko Koper, he scored a huge overtime winner in the round-robin opener against Belleville. Schutron to the line where the Chiefs await, and Bruton backhands it deep. Justin Falk. And trying to urge the home side on. They don't want a franchise record season ending in this manner. Duco in his last game in junior hockey spilled by David Rutherford. Duco in his skates rings it. Bodker had gone in the direction of the net. Blackwater can't clear past Kelly, but Wall will backhand it out. team do an unbelievable job staying in what they do best.
Discipline.
They just don't stray. And yet Kitchener has put them to the absolute utmost test to this point. And when they've exposed the system a little bit, you know who's been there. All 47 saves of it for Dustin Tokarski. Massioli with Triguna. Reddington back to the end boards. Good glass. Chips it effectively. Rutherford, Shootron on him on the pinch. To the front of the net. Timmins, another shot block by another veteran leader in Rutherford. Selling out for a title. Battle ensues on the boards. Triguna in his final junior hockey game, kicking at it. And flipped down the ice by Roman. Erased Koper and Shootron, and he has to be dog-tired on this ship. Talking about Shootron. Tyler Johnson finds McRae. Under 3 minutes to go in regulation. Weber. Azevedo drops it for Spaulding. Another stop by Tokarski. Spurgeon, what a play. What poise to find Bowman and exit the zone. Spaulding, Azevedo, and Halifchuk.
Great defensive zone coverage by Spokane.
Here's a chance. Pepe moved in, but shot it wide. Bortuzzo let it go, and Tokarski hangs on. The play of the game is brought to you by Ackland's Granger, Canada's leading distributors of industrial and safety supplies and fasteners.
The Spokane Chiefs trailing 1-0, and then Andre Roman gets on his horse. Short side pass, Judd Blackwater there, up top to beat Eunice. Roman with great speed, Blackwater with great finish, and that really turned the momentum of this game around into the Chiefs' favor.
Start to look towards Josh Eunice for an extra attacker. Pete DeBoer goes with 4 forwards now as Botker's back on defense. And another face-off upcoming deep in Chiefs territory.
And Botker's got such great speed, and he's so responsible defensively that Peter DeBoer can afford to do this. But with his great shot and puck handling skills, he really gives you that extra boost on the back end. Signs of desperation creeping in to the Kitchener game.
Goaltender stays in. Azevedo matched against Johnson. Now Azevedo waved out of the circle for Spaulding. Cowan for Koper and out. Weber on the wing. Spaulding will get there first with a little room. Spaulding blocked shot by the big defender Cowan.
Everybody in the Chiefs just dropping to the ice to block shots. And when this guy goes down, he probably takes up half the net anyways. Faceoffs has been such a key in this game. Spaulding gets in there against Johnson. Now watch at the execution. Cowan, chip off the boards. Koper, another chip off the boards. Zone exited. Great execution by Spokane.
Same two. Azevedo a clean faceoff win. Bodker off the glass. Spaulding. Net empty. Halliston trying to jam it in. Reddington. Weber can't handle a bouncing puck. Duco shovels it deep. Off of Duco. Reddington one more time. Bodker at the line, trying to send it deep, does so. Azevedo is there, trying to jam it home. It's loose in the crease. They continue to fight for it. McRae past Weber and out. Duco sends it towards Azevedo. Duco, a man in front. Again they jam. Backhander. Did he stop that too? Cowan with a net empty. Scores! Jared Cowan, and that's going to do it. The Spokane Chiefs are going to win their second Memorial Cup.
What a performance by the Chiefs. And Cowan picks up his first goal, rewarded for his efforts in his own zone. The shot blocking ability is put on display tonight. And what will likely be a top 5 pick 2 drafts from now.
You might want to raise that 1 or 2 notches.
And that says it all for the Kitchener Rangers.
Jared Cowan, 16-year-old by hockey terms, 17 because he turned that age early in the new year. And his goal is going to put the Memorial Cup on ice for the Western Hockey League champions. And as I stated earlier, when you can come into Kitchener and beat this Ranger team twice in their own backyard, you deserve to raise the Memorial Cup.
Never once wavered from the game plan Bill Peters put in place.
They stemmed the early tie. Brandon Mashinger scored first. Blackwater tied it with 16:01 into the first. 2 rather early in the second, and they've made it stick.
And how about this reception here for what's been a great host city?
Our hats off to all the volunteers, Steve Biankowski, John Thompson, the head organizers, and it'll be a very bitter pill to swallow for Peter DeBoer and Steve Spott, just 2 terrific coaches and 2 terrific gentlemen. And take your hat off to the job that Tim Speltz, the general manager, Bill Peters, who's about to win his first Memorial Cup in his 3rd year at the helm of the Chiefs. And look at that, 4.4 with a 3-goal lead. He's still mad about where the face-off is going to be placed.
I thought they were going to call a penalty on Spokane. That's what it looked like to me.
And Dustin Tokarski, 53 saves. You can celebrate Western League champions. The Spokane Chiefs are the 2008 MasterCard Memorial Cup champions.
We bring you back inside our house on this Sunday. I'm Jason Portwando. The Spokane Chiefs making it a memorable Memorial Day weekend, capturing the 90th Cup from Kitchener. The victory completes that 4-0 run for the Americans, who will take the title south of the 49th for the first time in 10 years, last done by the Portland Winterhawks. Head back live to the Odd, rejoining Peter, Sam, and Rob.
Thanks so much, Jason. A look at the champions. The second Memorial Cup title for the Chiefs. They won it in Quebec City back in 1991. And there's the star of the show as the Kitchener Rangers salute their tremendous fans here at the Memorial Auditorium, falling 1 win short.
It was a great run for the players who will not return to junior hockey. A very special year for the Rangers, but this is a Spokane team, Peter, that when you look at the age of this team, this may be the start of a small dynasty in the Western Hockey League.
Let's send it down to Rob Falls. Rob?
Well, here's the captain of the Memorial Cup champion, Spokane Chiefs. Chris Bruton, it has been a tough haul, but you guys played a certain style. You would not let it go away.
You know, we've said it all year, and it's a team game, and we completely sold out to do that. You know, there's always going to be another goal scorer, another, you know, whatever, but this team was all for the team, and unselfish play was our motto, and it just proved it and showed it all weekend.
Did you get ready ready for the handshakes. At the end of that game, you sacrificed it all. You laid out in front of a couple of shots. It was not going to get to your net.
No, I mean, you got to sacrifice something to win, and obviously anything at this point. All the guys were going down the block shots, doing whatever it took to win, and I could be proud of the guys in the organization and everything. I'm just on top of the world.
Congratulations. Get in that lineup.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Grayson Bowman, the game-winning goal, his second game-winning goal of this MasterCard Memorial Cup. Both of them coming against Kitchener. He led the tournament, did the Carolina draft pick in goals with 6. And the Chiefs, a perfect 4-0 here in Kitchener. Sam, you and I both thought the dangerous team that a lot of people didn't know very much about. I had an opportunity to see them in games 3 and 4 in Lethbridge when they clinched the Western Hockey League title. They suffocated a pretty offensive-laden Hurricanes bunch in those 2 games, and they came here and did pretty much the same.
I think you have to go back to the series against Tri-City. And Bill Peters told us before the game that was a 7-game series, grueling series, and the ability to win under that pressure, those kind of circumstances, really helped his team come into this event prepared, ready, and what more can you say about the results this guy was able to produce with his team?
They beat the defending Memorial Cup champions, the Vancouver Giants, in round 2 in 6 games. The final score in game 6, 4-1. In that monumental 7-game series in the Western Conference Final with the Tri-City Americans in Tri-Cities in game 7, they won the final game 4-1. Here in Kitchener, in the final of the MasterCard Memorial Cup in another do-or-die type situation, it's 4-1. Rob has another guess.
With Mick Wall of the Spokane Chiefs. Tell me about the emotion here. You guys came in, you gave up 1 goal, but you came battling back.
Oh, we stuck with it. We've had this team all year, and we love these guys. Everybody loves everybody on our team, and it's the best feeling we've ever had, and it's great.
You guys bought into a system that Coach Peters put in and put it right into place.
Yeah, all year we've had the same system, and it's worked great for us, and we stuck with it here, and it obviously worked.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Guys.
Thanks so much, Rob. Mitch Wall will be a high selection in the first couple of rounds, I'm sure, in the upcoming NHL draft. He enjoyed a fine tournament. Sam, what a goaltending performance by 18-year-old Dustin Carson.
Well, it's funny. We had the chance to go out and watch this team on December 1st, and we looked at the discipline, we looked at the systems, we looked at the goaltending, and at that time, Spokane was on a pretty good roll, and we thought, wow, if this team plays like this every game, this is a team that can not only go deep in the Western Hockey League playoffs, but maybe get a chance to represent the WHL at the Memorial Cup. And I think that one sampling was pretty evident of what this team was able to do all season long.
And that was a good sampling because they beat a very good Calgary team in that game that we saw way back when. For more, once again, here's our Rob Falls.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Waterloo region should be incredibly proud for the way that you have hosted the 2008 MasterCard Memorial Cup. Let's salute all the teams that took part in this event. The Gatineau Olympique, the Belleville Bulls, your Kitchener Rangers, and the Spokane Chiefs. For a few words on behalf of the title sponsor of this event, pleased to introduce Lillian Tomovich, the VP Brand Marketing for MasterCard Canada.
Thank you. On behalf of MasterCard, I just want to say how proud we are to be a sponsor of the Canadian Hockey League and the MasterCard Memorial Cup. We're blown away every year by the wonderful young talent we have in this country. On that note, I'd like to thank Kitchener for being an incredible host city this year. The fans were amazing. Thank you. Thank you. The passion of the fans was incredible. And last but not least, I wanted to, of course, congratulate our winners for 2008, the Chiefs. Congratulations. And we hope to see you all next year in Rimouski. Congratulations again and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Lillian Tomovich of MasterCard. This fabulous piece of hardware goes to the tournament MVP of the 2008 MasterCard Memorial Cup. And in this game, he put on a show. Ladies and gentlemen, the Stafford Smythe Trophy goes to Dustin Tokarski of the Spokane Chiefs. Dustin, don't go too far away. It says tick-tock on the back of your helmet. Well, the time was running out, and you kept making big save after big save.
Well, it's about time I did something for our team. Our D's been amazing all year, and, you know, when I wasn't there, they were.
Well, as you and the rest of your teammates have told us all week long, you bought into the system that your coach laid down, and it was evident today.
Yeah, you know, we play a D-first system. You know, our offense feeds off our D, and that's what got her done.
Dustin Tokarski, this is your trophy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, while I help the lovely Miss Lillian off the ice so we don't have a major accident, it's time now to bring out the president of the Canadian Hockey League, the commissioner of the Ontario Hockey League, because he has a terrific honor. It's one of the greatest honors in sport. I'm very pleased to welcome David Branch.
Thank you very much, Rob. The 90th MasterCard Memorial Cup was truly beyond the ordinary. On behalf of the Canadian Hockey League, I would like to express our sincere appreciation. City of Kitchener, Kitchener Rangers, the Kitchener Rangers Hockey Club, and all you fans for making it so special. As well, I would be somewhat remiss if I didn't acknowledge our two very special fans here this week. They are special, they made us special, and that's Sklar and Nathan Caitling over in the corner here from Sault Ste. Marie. Thank you very much, guys. I would now like to call upon our military to bring out the Memorial Cup. On behalf of Gilles Courteau, Commissioner of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, Ron Robison, Commissioner of the Western Hockey League, we are deeply honored and privileged to present to the very first team to win the Ed Chenoweth Cup, the 90th edition of the MasterCard Memorial Cup. To George and Bobby Brett, Tim Speltz, Bill Peters as head coach, and all you players, your fans, and parents, congratulations. I'd like to now call upon the captain, Chris Bruton, to accept the trophy.
Any idea? Stand this side? Yeah, come on. Right here. Outstanding, good job. Enjoy it. All right? I don't know how to hold this one. It's all yours.
The trophy presentation that no one will ever forget. But in Spokane and the Chiefs organization, whether it's snapped in two or not, they are the champions of Canadian Major Junior Hockey. And with more from the Chiefs and their head coach, he's with Rob Falls.
Well, I'm pretty sure everybody wanted a piece of the Memorial Cup, and the Spokane Chiefs have certainly done that with Bill Peters. Your guys came in with a plan, and they stuck to it.
Yeah, they really did. I'm proud of the guys, how hard they battled here out in Kitchener, and not just here. Getting through the Western Hockey League was a tough task. We were able to do that. Tonight is win number 70 for us. You know, you add up 50 in the regular season, 16 and 4. You got to win 70 games at a high level to get this prize. It's tough to do, so I'm proud of my guys.
You knew that your guys would defensively lock it down. Dustin Tokarski was brilliant.
Well, he's been like that all year. We've had great goaltending. We're so fortunate. We're too deep at that position. Tix, you know, he's a winner. He won the TELUS Cup. Now he's won the Memorial Cup, and he's going to have a great career down the road, and he's a great kid, good goaltender.
You're a very young team. You could be back again in Rimouski.
Well, there's no guarantees, I know that, but I'll tell you what, the experience out here in Kitchener-Waterloo area, the people did a fantastic job. If we're fortunate enough to get to Rimouski, it'll be a treat.
Bill, go get your piece of the Memorial Cup.
Thank you.
Bill Peters in his third year at the helm. This is a team that 3 years ago was at the bottom of the Western Hockey League in the Western Conference. What a turn in the last couple of years.
And I think it's just great that if you're one of the other 59 teams across the Canadian Hockey League, your rise to prominence can be so close. So never think you're out of it. The opportunity always exists. And the Spokane Chiefs proved that to fruition here in this event.
Dustin Tokarski with 53 saves and a 4-1 victory. Kitchener found the net first. To see Brandon Mashinder at 5:01, but the big goal for me, and we showed it to you as our play of the game, was Judd Blackwater's first of the tournament, the 20-year-old from Lethbridge playing his final game in junior hockey. He got off the schneid. They stemmed the tide, and you know going in to the dressing room, they felt like, we're okay, now let's go ahead with the rest of our plan.
It's a situation where they were able to take Kitchener's crowd right out of it, gain some confidence, gain some momentum back, and then when this Spokane team gets a lead, it's awfully hard to get it back. They proved that again here today.
Rob with one of the true unsung heroes of this event.
Tyler Johnson is with me. He's had a quick turn with the Memorial Cup. Both Sam and Pete throughout this tournament talked about the work that you did. You knew what your job was. You were a shutdown guy, and that's what you had to do.
Yeah, I mean, team comes first, obviously, and we've done that all year. And our line's been playing great D, so we've been playing like a shutdown line this whole playoffs, and we've done great with it. So, I mean, you do all this just to hold that trophy, so it feels great.
Now, this is the one you want. Get in there for your picture. There we go. Tyler Johnson joining us. What a treat this is to watch this part of the MasterCard Memorial Cup.
Rob talked about the Chiefs maybe being on the verge of going back to Rimouski. Tyler Johnson, 17. Koper, 17. Tokarski, 18. They can return 18 or 19 players. This is going to be a very, very difficult team to beat. They'll be the favorite heading in to the CHL season come September, I think.
And as the overage players, it'll be interesting to see who comes back. And if they can provide the kind of leadership that was provided for this club, you're very well right, Peter. We could see them in Rimouski next year.
The Spokane Chiefs are the 2008 MasterCard Memorial Cup champions. I'd like to thank our great crew, Rob Falds, my fine partner, Sam Cosentino, the people of Kitchener. It has been a wonderful event in this city that is known for its support of junior hockey. You've done a wonderful job. And for a look back at the 90th Memorial Cup, we leave the last words to Rob Falls.
There are many facets to Memorial Cup Week. Most memorable are the people. The desire on the faces of the players. The intensity of the coaches. The fans in the stands, and those that come from across the CHL wearing the colors of the teams they love. They are here because it's the Cup. It's special to watch the players before the game, even with the enormity of what lies ahead, trying to keep things as normal as possible. Sometimes things don't go always as expected. Meeting a local celebrity always stands out. And what can top an Elvis sighting? Or 2, or 3, or 4. The joy of victory is plain to see. The crush of defeat hits hard. Not all the action is on the ice. The energy of this team is infectious. The graciousness of a team just saying merci will always be remembered. To the celebration of young men one step away from the final goal. It's the people that make the Memorial Cup so special, and why this moment makes it unforgettable.
No doubt a great MasterCard Memorial Cup. A lot of people are going to remember this one for the breaking of the cup, but as far as Spokane is concerned, they broke the jinx. 10 years and waiting for the Americans to carry the trophy on the other side of the 49th. They have done it, following in the footsteps of the 98 Portland Winterhawks. Other side of the puck, Matt Halischuk, great run for the Kitchener Rangers, coming up just one short in his bid for that Triple Crown. Won the OHL title with the Rangers, won the World Junior title with Canada, and comes up a bit short here at the MasterCard Memorial Cup. So the CHL focus was in the spotlight on this Sunday. The NHL's focus goes back to the Monday night thing. Stanley Cup final will resume in Hockeytown. Detroit holding serve in the opener. They're now just 3 wins away from hoisting Lord Stanley's coveted mug. More good news for the Wings. Johan Franzen has been cleared for takeoff in Game 2. Now, despite missing the last 6 games, he still shares the postseason scoring lead with his teammate Henrik Zetterberg. Johan Franzen, taking part in a full practice on Sunday and could play in Game 2 of the Cup final. The guy they call the Mule has been without recurring headaches and concussion-like symptoms since Game 2 of the West Conference Finals. The Swedish forward says, you know what, if I feel good enough, I'll be back on Monday.
I haven't felt any pressure from the first game I set out. We've been playing really good ever since, and I don't even know if I have to come back. Maybe we're better up without me. I don't know.
We haven't been able to find a doctor to keep him out, so we're trying though. No, he's going to practice again. He's practiced today. He's going to practice again tomorrow. He's been cleared to do everything, so one of these days he'll get cleared to play.
Well, Mike Babcock, no doubt enjoying his team's dominant performance Saturday, but the Wings head coach not as happy with the officials. They disallowed Nick Lidstrom's first period goal you're seeing right here because of what they called Thomas Holmstrom goalie interference. This is now the second time in the last 2 series Holmstrom has been called something that we didn't really see in terms of goalie interference, and Mike Babcock's going to let them know how he feels.
I haven't met with anybody from the league. We'll meet with the supervisor tomorrow. I assume at that time we'll get some sort of explanation.
Hey, I don't blame you, Coach. Give it to them. Some baseball now, where the Jays starters are coming off back-to-back complete game performances for the first time since 2000. Roy Halladay and Jesse Litch are the first to go the distance in consecutive outings since Chris Carpenter and Kelvin Escobar did it versus the New York Yankees. As a unit, John Gibbons' guys have won 9 of their last 12 and looking to put it to the Royals once again. Dustin McGowan helping Toronto pitching do what they've done against KC, keeping them scoreless for the last 17 innings. Top 1 fans Jose Guillen. Bottom 1, Scott Rowland. Literally all the way to the wall. Scores Shannon Stewart with the double, 1-0. Bottom 2, Lyle Overbay walks, sets a Blue Jay record, reaching base 12 straight times, breaking Tony Fernandez's mark set in 1999. Top 4, Billy Butler sends the ball right back from where it came, up the gut. Jose Guillen trying to score, operative word being trying. Alex Rios, the dart. Royals failed to score for the 21st straight inning. Top 5 now, the shutout streak ends. Bases loaded, David DeJesus lifting it to left center. Deep enough to score Ross Glode. Sack fly, we're tied at 1, but Stewart doubles up Tony Pena Jr., trying to take third. So there's 2 out. Then McGowan gets Esteban Herman, stranding the runner on 2. More from McGowan. Locking down Alex Gordon to start the 6th. He'd leave with a 2-1 lead, striking out 7, did not walk a batter over his 7 innings of work. Bottom of the 7th, that's clutch. Alex Rios, 2-out single off Ramon Ramirez, plates Rod Barajas. Jays win again, 3-1 the final digits. B.J. Ryan worked a perfect 9th for his 11th save of the season. After allowing 10 walks over his last 3 starts, as mentioned, Jays starter Dustin McGowan did not give up 1 free pass, earning his first victory since May 5th against Cleveland as the Jays improved to 2 games over 500. All right, still to come. Could Danica dash to victory at the Great American Race? We've got that answer. Meanwhile, Stephen Ames and Phil Mickelson battled it out in the final round of the Colonial. And after conquering cancer, John Lester's family faces yet another challenge.
This edition of Connected brought to you by PokerStars.net, the world's largest poker site, and by Bullseye King of the Grill contest. Enter to win at kingofthegrill.ca.
Rule number 51, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Number 18, finish what you start. Number 95, play as hard as you work.
Poker, like a lot of things in life, it's all about strategy. Sometimes it pays to act weak when you're really in a position of strength. Learn to play better poker for free at the world's largest poker site, PokerStars.net, and find the poker star in you.
What's this?
This is an inflatable mama burger for the roof.
For the $1.50 mama burger. Cool.
It's a great deal. We want to get people's attention.
Oh, for sure. Wait, you just pull on this handle? No, no, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's getting attention. People are really noticing. So how do we get it on the roof?
Try a mama burger for just $1.50 at A&W.
Turn your ordinary drill into a hammer drill with the Mastercraft Hammer Drilling Adapter. Its hammer action makes drilling into tough surfaces like brick, stone, and concrete easy and affordable. Great tools start at Canadian Tire.
We are back and headed to the track where all eyes were on Danica Patrick. So what's new? She was one of 33 Sunday drivers who lined up for today's Indianapolis 500 at the Oval. It's the 92nd running of the famous race from the Brickyard, but the first since the merger of the Champ Car World Series and Indy Racing.
Twice.
Brickyard, a Memorial Day tradition in the U.S. Scotty Dixon working the pole. Danica Patrick starting 5th, becoming the first female to win the Indy 500. Could she do it? Early on, Patrick, some pit troubles, falls back to 13th, lap 63. Toronto's Marty Roth, trouble into turn 4, ends his day. Lap 81, more yellow. Jamie Kamara flies into the wall, sparks flying everywhere. Yeah, you can see he loses the tire as well, follows him down the track. Took a while to clean things up. Lap 105, Tony Kanaan in the lead, gets cut off by teammate Marco Andretti. Slows down and then gets T-boned by Sarah Fisher. Both their days done. Back to Danica now on pit road, gets rubbed and taken out by Ryan Briscoe. A broken suspension would end her day, on the track at least. She's not happy about it. She goes looking for Briscoe, but security catches up to her and stops her. But then you know what? She tries again, and once again needs to be restrained. Out of the final caution, Scott Dixon with the lead, holds off Vitor Meira and Andretti, captures his first Indy 500. Go on and finish off what you started. In a race that featured 8 separate yellow flags that had the drivers under caution for 69 of the race's 200 laps. Go on and drink your milk as well. Dixon led for 115 laps, including the final 94. 19-year-old rookie Graham Rahal was the first to go out of the race when he slid into the wall on lap 37. Now, if you're looking for a good car, take a look at Honda, perhaps. For the 27th time in his PGA career, Phil Mickelson went to sleep on a Saturday night with the lead. U.S. lefty had himself a one-stroke advantage heading into today's final round of the Crowne Plaza Invite at Colonial. Mickelson, who won this tournament back in 2000, has hit the winner's circle in 2 of his last 3 outings. Meanwhile, Canadian Stephen Ames went in just 1 off the pace. These golf highlights courtesy of Ericsson. Philly Mick, there he be, sporting the Barclays. Chased down by Rod Pampling. The Australian, just like the Canadian Stephen Ames, won back. Par 4, 7th. Pampling's approach gets him the birdie, moves to 13 under. He had the lead by 1. Par 3, 13th, Stephen Ames. Tee shot. Nice birdie for him from there, but finished 4th after an even par 70. Par 4, 15. Mickelson, to save par, and he's got it. Stays 1 shot off the pace. Par 4, 17. Tim Clark also in the hunt with the birdie. He'd par 18, finishing at 13 under. Same hole, Pampling. His tee shot doesn't look good, and it isn't. Into the hazard, he would take a bogey, falls into a 3-way tie for the lead. Par 4, 18. This is what Phil does after a bad drive.
60 degree, try to hoist it over. Thought I heard a little leaf touch.
Oh, my goodness. Incredible. Can you believe this? He's got it 8 feet.
You know golf, all about that next shot. Mickelson for the birdie and the win. Kill the drama. Heart of the Cup. Captures the 08 Colonial. Mickelson, as mentioned, also won it back in 2000. So hey, 2016, Philly, it's yours. He becomes the 11th player to win the tournament multiple times. His 34th career PGA victory, and he's also the 7th player to win the Colonial after holding a 54-hole lead. Back to baseball now, where cancer survivor and recent no-hitter man John Lester has revealed his father John also has cancer. The elder Lester was diagnosed with lymphoma last month, and according to his son, the cancer is quote-unquote slow-growing, and it's something he's going to die with, not die from. Father and son, meanwhile, plan to meet for the first time since the diagnosis this weekend when the Red Sox travel to Lester's native Seattle area, taking on the Mariners. But first things first, a date in Oaktown for Lester. Bottom 4, A's already up 2-1. Bases loaded for Jack Hanahan. Winning that lefty-lefty battle off Lester. Base rap scores a pair. Oakland up 4-1. Top 5. Red Sox respond. Bases loaded for Manuel Ramirez. He singles. That scores 2. Boston within 1. Bottom 7. Runner on for Jack Cust. Taking a drive down dead Central Avenue. His 8th home run of the season. 2-run shot. Oakland up 6-3. It's still 6-3, and it will remain that way because it's done. Mariners Yankees, Chin Ming Wong and company looking to sweep the M for the 2nd time this season. He's also trying to remain perfect lifetime against Seattle. Top 3, Ichiro Suzuki just left the yard. That's his 3rd. 1-0 M's. Top 7 now 3-2. 2-1 for Jose Vidro. Little single into right center, scores a pair of runs. Mariners led 5-2. 6 1/3 for Wong, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. Bottom 8 now 5-3, 2-1. Hideki Matsui. Little dribbler, J.J. Putz looking like a putz, throws it away. Yankees down 5-4 as Bobby Abreu scores. Same inning, now tied at 5. Jose Molina doubles off Putz. Matsui scores. Yankees coming back to win it 6-5. Their 5th straight win. Oh, by the way, Chin Ming Wong still has never lost to the Mariners with the no decision in this one. Orioles, Rays. Rays fans hoping for a sweep over the Orioles. Well, Tampa has won 14 of 15 at the juice box. Top of 1, always a good place to start. Melvin Moore, a fly ball, and Carl Crawford going and getting it. Bottom 3, 1-0 Orioles. Man on, make that 2 in, courtesy of Carlos Pena's 10. Part of a 4-run inning, 4-1 Rays. Top 6 now 4-3. Aubrey Huff flexes his pecs for the 7th time this season. That off James Shields. solo shot. We're tied at 4. Bottom 9. One on for Evan Longoria. The double. Pena comes around and will score. It's the walk-off double. The Rays complete the sweep and reach a franchise high 10 games. 10 games over 500. No doubt a great story for them early on. Ahead on Connected, we head back to Kitchener for more from the MasterCard Memorial Cup. And will Gary Roberts be back in the lineup, perhaps for the Penguins, trying to boost them in Game 2? That answer and more on the other side.
This edition of Connected brought to you by Disneyland Resort. We invite you to come live out Disney dreams like never before during the 2008 Year of a Million Dreams celebration.
Psst, are you sleepy? No. What do you think it's gonna be like?
Okay, guys, back to bed.
We're too excited to sleep.
Now a family of 4 can experience all the Disneyland excitement with a 4-day, 3-night
Command.